Yeah! Just keep hitting that the whole time. We're on the couch with two swingers. There's just swing the mic between them. Hello, welcome back to the podcast.
Every 10 seconds, there's a mate.
That's
me.
We're going to talk about this.
Yeah, we can talk about this.
Go watch 2017 Sam Micheal.
The word of the day, more about the future, less about the past.
You need some headphones.
You don't need headphones.
Nah, it just looks cooler.
This is Bob's
actual email song.
favourite song? Ram
Oh, favourite song. Everyone go to Spotify and type in Ram Ranch. It is
Right
our
now.
gospel music when we go camping.
Ray, this is the closest when you get to a casting couch.
Here we are, boys. Good to see you. We're on the couch. Sam, Mick, Mitch. Let's hear your yarns, boys.
Shit, do it again.
Everyone's just like...
That was my idea and it didn't go down too well.
You just looked at me like whistling diesel when he just goes blank to camera.
Have you seen when the Rio's just like, wait boys, we should make a fucking podcast.
We've been pretty good at this, eh? And that's how it starts.
And then it's just
No,
like,
this
So what
is
do you
how
wanna
we're
say?
starting the potty. This is it.
it's just like, oh, you start.
This is Jordan Belfort getting dragged away in a helicopter.
Oh, remember on the weekend when I got really fucked up?
Okay, we'll start with this.
Yep.
What do poor people have, rich people want, and if you drink it, you die?
Oh, you asked me this at Cape York, actually.
What?
Yeah.
We were going home from Cape York and you asked this. on
Poor
UHS.
people have it, rich people want it, and if you drink it, you die.
Didn't you say this was time?
You can't drink
you can't
time.
drink time.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think what it was, eh?
Also,
did say
poor
it.
and rich people
What?
both have time.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I feel like
Poor
rich
people have it,
Yeah.
rich people want it, and if you drink it, you die. What is it?
What, muddy water?
Fuck.
Why would they want muddy water?
Rich people don't want muddy
I don't think I've
water.
ever heard a rich person say, give me that muddy water.
All right. Well, I'll tell you at the end of the podcast. People comment below what you reckon it is.
Oh, no.
We'll keep that one.
That's fair.
Easy. Are we starting again or are we just rolling
I
the
reckon
dice?
that was it. I was starting
I reckon we
with
just
I reckon
roll
we just
from
keep
like
rolling.
when we messed up.
breaking the ice,
Yeah.
mate.
Just roll whole time.
No, this is good. Let's just keep going with it.
Yeah, it's good.
Like,
It's good to be here. I love the dungeon.
Yeah, this is this is the dungeon.
I was actually surprised. Like, you go down a set of steps, you go through a set of locked gates, and
There's
then
a
you go
couple
down
of dogs.
Yeah, then you get a couple of
There's
dogs.
a guard dog.
Then there's some chains, which I was a bit skeptical
Chains,
about.
yeah.
There's a
but,
reason why we always film this way.
Mm.
Yeah, like
Oh, you remember the laser beam? You got to jump through and not get hit by the red lasers. There's all
Feel like-
that.
Or the
Yeah.
tripod.
Yeah, the tripod.
yeah.
There's a dangerous three-legged dog.
Yeah, we call
Oh,
tripod.
yeah.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Does it actually have
Makes
three
sense.
legs?
yeah. It got
Did you
run
not
over
see
by a
that?
mole when it was like 8 weeks old.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
yeah,
no.
bit brutal, lethal. Yeah.
All right.
Poor
Well,
thing.
people listening, they probably want some interesting stuff.
Yeah, they probably want to
Yeah.
know about the boys, what's going on with Built Not Bought, where he's all up to.
Ooh.
Everyone seems to just see the XC lately and
Yeah.
the Colorado.
We'll quickly touch on that, I guess.
The Collie.
Yeah, well, it's good to have Mitch back.
Yep.
He went to finish his apprenticeship, which,
Yep.
he's all signed off now.
Yeah,
Which
That was a
the
waste
origi-
of a year.
that went smoothly. I feel like I lost a whole year of my life there. But
Yeah.
anyways, I'm moving on.
No, you did learn stuff. How to put a lift kit in.
Oh mate, I'm
100 times.
I'm a gun at putting a
He's a
Hilux.
TikTok guru now.
So it's good to have him back, and he's frothing the fab. Like I let him do whatever he wants. So we've got into like fabbing stuff. We've got the plasma cutter now, TIG welding, all that. So yeah, back to the roots of Built Not Bought. And the XC, it's an interesting one because like I started it 2 years ago and I had this idea and there was a reason why I was building it. And now things have changed and I've been around a bit longer and it appeared again. And the whole idea around it's changed. But it was originally meant to be, everyone was like, do something Built Not Bought. Like, you're this brand, do something hands-on. So I was like, all right, I'll make a car from scratch. Got 2 bits of RHS, started building it. And then, it got put in the background for a bit. And then when it started up again, everyone's like, what is this crap? Blah, 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 blah. But that's what you got to remember. Like, this is me doing a project to kind of learn new skills, practice, like, all the different types of welding I'm doing and figure it out as I go. Like, I haven't done different 4-links and shit before, but it's so coming together. I think the more and more people see it closer to the end, they kind of understand what
It's
I was
making
seeing.
sense.
Yeah. And we were talking about this today with the boys. Like the comments have gone from "What is this crap build a patrol" to like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's actually like this is pretty cool. Like it's making
Yeah.
sense now." So,
Taking shape, getting paid.
yeah,
Like,
I'm taking a lot of it like inspiration from the US and just trying to do. It's honestly, I look at it as like a piece of art rather than a car. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
being built to do anything specifically, which I think people need to get that idea out of their head. And it's more like,
I thought it was racing class 8 at Finch.
yeah, man, we're doing that. Nah, but it's more like just learning new skills and building something in your head that shouldn't make sense in the real world. It's
Yeah.
just a huge motor lifted on an old school like body, and I've sort of pulled it off, and I think it's ticked the box that I wanted it to originally tick, and it's my car, so everyone else fuck off.
I just want to hear Mitch's input on like the XC. Like,
Yeah, you're the one
He secretly
I see
hates
the
it.
most.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so I
What's the truth?
actually despise the XC purely for the fact that it's taken so long. Like, I tend to lose interest after about a week working on something. I just absolutely start despising it. So I think that's the main reason I don't like the XC. Second reason is like I can't use it.
Mm.
So I'm like, oh well, what's the point of this? But now it's actually coming together. I feel like it's growing on me like some festive rash. And now I'm like, oh, this actually is kind of cool. And like seeing it finished at a show, being able to stand back and go, oh yeah, like we built that.
So you're more about the finished product? See, I've always been about the build.
He's more the practicality side
like,
of
yeah.
what can you do
That's
with
why
it.
I don't wheel as much. People are like, you don't drive your patrol, because I'm a build channel. I enjoy being in the shed. Same as Churchy. He's building this comp truck, and it's taken him like 4 years.
Right, it's been
Because
going
when the
forever.
car's finished, the fun's over. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy the build, and then I don't care when it's done.
Yeah.
Whatever you do with it. But are you more of a, I want to use it?
Yeah, I'm more of like get something done. I'm super impatient when it comes to waiting for things. So I'm like,
Okay.
get it done, use it, and then like have your fun there. I kind of look at being in the shed as work.
Yeah.
Even when it's like working on my own car, it's like, yeah, this is work. Like this isn't.
It's a bit of a chore.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a chore.
just back on that subject of festy rashes. Just to come back on that subject.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of like the Delica pill we did. Because
Did you get a rash?
No, I didn't get
Everyone
one.
got a rush.
Bro,
No,
just so
I-
you know,
Yeah.
the water I filled the Delica with, I shower in every day. And you two got rashes.
Yeah,
and
you
I
guys got
shower-
rashes.
So it must
I
be
was-
you.
I was
I'm more
fine.
worried about
You're
the
fine.
people that were like probably peeing in the pool or doing
That's
some
Sam.
extracurricular activities or something like
Nah,
that. I don't
like,
know.
We were all in there at the same time.
I didn't get a rash. It was so far you two did, but
It
I
is
definitely
interesting.
did
It's
not.
an unanswered question.
But
Bro,
out of
I-
everywhere I got a rash was on the arms.
Bro, I didn't get a rash. I got skin AIDS. Like my body was covered in these weird little red dots. I went to a doctor and everything, and he was like, "Oh, looks like it seems to be going away. It's all good." Waste of $70 that was.
Yeah.
But no, I'm actually scared of the Delica now. Like if I sit in those seats,
Yeah.
will I get?
Can we
skin
not
AIDS?
mention how it sat for like what
Yeah,
the
I know.
last
It-
year
it-
before we
yeah.
did that? Like,
Yeah.
There were some things dying in that car when it sat out the back. We
snake.
found a
Yeah.
snake, dead
Dead
snake.
snake.
Like pretty much what happened was like we were all working in the shed. I was doing a Skyline barra conversion motor swap, and we were all really hot. And we were gonna put a pool inside the house, but then we got talked out of that idea, and then we're like, let's put a pool in a car. So then pretty much
It
we
was
went
so hot.
we
though.
went looking around. Went from my car. Then we're like, nah, we can't do that. Then it was like, let's do Delica, and then so we did, and it actually worked so good, surprisingly. Like just a
Yeah.
tarp, piece of wood for the door, and we got a solid, maybe one solid good day out of the water, and then it was a bit questionable after that.
and then we made a slip slide.
Yeah, you decided to fly at the back of it.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
that was
awesome.
actually so hectic. Like when
The
we
tow bar,
first
yeah.
cracked the door, it didn't open obviously because the latch was just
Yeah.
had that much pressure in it, and we were hitting it with the hammer and the suspense. Like
You're
I,
just hitting with hammer. I'm sitting there kicking the
Man.
back door and just nothing's going on.
I
for
felt like that went for hours,
oh,
but it was literally only like a minute.
But there was a tow ball sticking out,
Oh,
and it
dude.
didn't
All-
cut your
all we
back
put-
open.
all we put on was a shirt.
Yeah, it wasn't like a decent towel. It was like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somehow the wave of water you just perfectly cleared.
Missed
Didn't
that
even
straight.
hit your head on the ground or anything. You just floated
Yeah.
like gracefully along the
Yeah,
ground.
it was amazing. It was like a slow motion in real
It was
life.
like we planned that. Had it organised.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Bit of a change up. Last time we talked, there was a whole different side of Built Not Bought that is not on the couch today. Why is Michael here? Who is he?
Is he not allowed to?
Yeah, boy.
He's just a mate of mine. You
Where's
know?
he sort of come into Built Not Bought now? Like
Yeah.
obviously, know Mitch is back. We've heard Mitch's story a little bit before when he's not been on the potty.
Yeah.
of yours a bit before when you had Nick on here.
Yeah.
What's the change now with Mike coming in?
He's just gonna be managing all like the sponsorships and stuff, and also
Yeah.
doing some travel this year.
Yep.
So gives me more time to be in the shed. Like people don't realize how much work goes in behind the scenes, like running a business. And I let the sponsorship thing just kind of die in the ass a bit, and I need to keep on top of it. So he's just keeping me in check, be like, "Yo, Sam, you need to like do this month, whatever." So like do all that, and then because he's sold his petrol, he's going to use my GU, so I keep myself in the shed doing builds and do some traveling. So I'm like, all right, throw the keys to Michael, which it starts tomorrow.
It legitimately starts tomorrow. Like this will come out after I finally release it, because I pretty much gave like a teaser on my page saying I've got a new car for 2024. Originally, I had one as a personal car. That actually, I brought it home. It was actually a Suzuki Sierra.
Yeah.
Bring it home, had way too much rust that I didn't even realize. So I ended up just buying the bullets, selling it off, just moving on. Realizing, Sam was just flat out in the shed, and I was like, well, I still do patrols and still want to travel and do all that fun stuff. Like I like doing Cape York. We've done the Fink multiple times. Do so much travel, and notice he's in the shed. Gu's just sitting there, and I was just like, well, let me do the travel content. Like let me do the wheeling content.
Yeah.
So 2024 is gonna be sick in that sort of sense. Get to wheel the G tomorrow, and then from there it goes into a rebuild, gets freshened up, and then from
That's
there
exciting.
back into it.
It's like people always want that content. Like they're always going to want travel.
Mm.
So we're just trying to ramp that up a bit.
Yeah.
Get some other guests on. People come on the trips. I'll fly out for some. Mitch will go out for some. But that GU I'll never sell. People know that. It's been rebuilt so many times. So I was getting rebuilds again. But this time it's going to be actually nice. Like it was always the beater, just like the travel car, go to the Cape, covered in dust. But we're going to strip it back to a bare chassis and paint it properly and try and keep it semi-clean. Michael looks after cars more than I do.
Yeah, so if you've seen some of my previous patrols, it's gonna look similar to that. We're gonna make it look good.
Good hands.
It's gonna be good. I reckon. I'm keen. I'll be driving it, so I'm keen. I'm also keen for Duramax. I've never had a Duramax before. So
don't blow it up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Ooh. I kind of did give a hint. Someone asked me on my page, like, "Oh, what would you be like your favorite like patrol motor combo?" I said Duramax, like knowing what was happening, but no one really switched on. I think maybe one person switched on. They messaged me, like, "Oh, do you get Sam's patrols?" You asked about Duramax, etc. I was like, "Ooh, how do you know?" But no, pretty keen for this year, and then also managing the background things for Sam, which keeps him going.
Yeah, just got to stay in the shed more.
Yeah. So obviously this will come out in like a week or two.
Yep.
Depending on what time frame you're working with videos and when you want to release this. The process.
Yeah. The video's coming. It was out.
It's out probably by the time.
We're releasing
It'll be
it
out.
Tuesday.
Obviously, talk about tomorrow's antics that you're going on while it's currently
So if you watch
down rain.
So if you watch the episode that's just released, you'll see like about 5 minutes in when Michael rolls the patrol, like Mitch is there. Yeah,
Right.
look, we
I
can't
tried
say
to
what
winch him over, but my bull bar tore off because some guy in the comments said it would.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
And
then my
then
car caught fire because I forgot to put that fire extinguisher in. Remember we were talking about it on the Big Mac podcast, and I never
and then
did.
he battery shorted out, caught fire.
That's a
Michael
shame.
actually broke his leg.
This definitely worries me a lot.
These
That's
are
an
anticipating a lot of things
Yeah.
for tomorrow.
It's a bit on.
Yeah.
I'd go watch it.
Sam's like, "Oh, we're going wheeling." I'm like, "Oh, I've never driven it, but I'm going to give Little Red and Big Red a try first up." He's not even in my car, but just get chucked in the deep end with a car I don't know and see how she goes, and maybe get Mitch to follow me up if he can handle it.
It's the best scenario going wheeling with a car that you're literally about to tear down and rebuild.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you can just
I
fuck it.
remember you saying the exact same thing when we did the wheeling weekend for girls, like where you swap drivers, whatever, with Bridget.
Yeah.
And you were just like, point, shoot, I don't care, let's roll it. And it was just like, no fucks given.
Because that's when it was about to get rebuilt.
Yeah.
Is that when it was LS or this was recent?
No,
this
this
was
when we
Duramax.
went to the Springs.
This is when
That was
this
Monique.
is Monique
Oh, yeah,
came
yeah.
and we
That's right. Yeah.
that's where I blew a turbo, put a fan through the rad.
All that good
Oh,
stuff.
all that was
carnage went
dusted.
down.
Yeah, it really hurt my car, and but I shouldn't talk about this now. I'm taking yours tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
No, you'd be right. Bog holes everywhere.
Is there
out
anything
there.
you break, you pay for? It's not that hard.
Bro, I've actually never met someone with worse luck with reliability of cars compared to Michael. Every time
Yeah,
we've
you're
ever
right.
been drifting,
it's
that
weird.
perfectly built LS R34 that was meant to be prime would never work.
We need more beers.
And his patrol
Yeah.
always breaks.
Bring the
Like,
whole
But
thing.
we all you're the one person that makes every single thing about your cars like try to be perfect.
I know, like
There's
it's
always something that goes wrong.
It's always like a lot of people see like when they see like the GU, that blue G. So I had a wagon. That wagon was sick. That was a long term build. That was about 2 years. Like that went through like 5 different rebuilds. It went from pretty much like normal LS, supercharged LS, multiple supercharged LS, but I blew them up. You just stole my drink.
There's none left.
The boys are getting scared. The
Yeah, they're
Larrys are
getting
coming out, not the ginger
Should we
beers.
go to the bottle
Wait, do you
shop?
want this? I'll have it. I'll have it.
I'll take that off your hands.
Is the bottle shop open?
They'd be open till like 9 or 10.
Yeah, Zach gives the Silverado keys. Zach, you go get some business.
So pretty much now.
I do. I can't. All right, I'm gonna fall asleep in a minute because I'm about to drink beer.
So yeah, pretty much I got the GU wagon. Yeah, did all the traveling, did all the content in that. Oh, fresh.
Crack a Larry, crack a Tilly.
you cracked the Tilly?
Well,
That's
this is
an
my
old
first
one.
Tilly.
And then
Cheers
pretty
to you all,
much,
mates.
yeah, cheers to you all, mates. Then we got a blue GU, which I had like an 8-week build time. Like it was like bare chassis, straight rebuild. But it's always that last 10% that really kills you on builds. Like that last 10% is like just little things like door locks, window, like just little things that make the car.
So that's the bit you don't do.
Yeah, that's the
and
bit I
then
don't
you go
do.
out on a trip and
And then I go out on a trip. Like we built that car, like just put the motor in, then we sent it up to 1770 for its first trip for New Year's Eve. Like it was just annoying that
Was
the
that
last
5s?
Yeah, 5s. Yeah.
That was the first time I met you.
Yeah, I seen you up there. We're both still at second stage. And it still went well, little breakages, but yeah, it's just that last 10% really. But yeah, end up selling that GU. She's gone.
Yep.
But
Sad days.
yeah, definitely sad. That was a nice car, that's for sure.
Not in the Skittles Club anymore.
Nah, yeah, exactly. I'm not blue. I'm not blue anymore. Yeah.
I need suggestions of what to paint the patrol. No one knows what color yet.
Sam wants to do
Nah,
a color. A color. Sam wants to do
I
a
want
color,
suggestions.
but it's not good. So we need a bloody
It's
good suggestion.
not good. It's great.
It can't be a color
not.
that's like.
I think you should do
used?
that Ventura black. It's
No,
like the darkest black in the
I've
world.
seen that.
Yeah, because I sent it to you.
No, but in the light, it's not. It's just matte.
Yeah.
It looks good in photos, but in
Nardo
real life, they're not
grey.
good.
Nano grey.
Okay, Nano grey.
I can't stress that enough. That,
What
that
about
is just
metallic orange?
that is just primer. Nano grey is just primer,
Okay,
clear
yeah,
coated.
primer. What about metallic orange?
You're not going orange
Why not?
because
Poor
Poor.
guys.
g'day,
all right.
guys.
What about black?
no.
Okay, so someone owns that.
TJ,
What
good on you.
about metallic blue?
No, that's me, man.
Oh,
That's you. Okay, what about white?
Well, that's a really good color. That's a lot of N70 Hilux owners.
Yeah, but that's
And-
a standard.
But
colour.
no, but white's good. I reckon if you
bring
went back,
the OG.
if you went back to OG, that would be the go. Like you went back to white.
Nah, there's a
And you
reason
do
I can't
cool-
do that.
Here we go.
Can
I'm
we
a
talk
content creator.
Fair.
You try and take a photo of
Yeah.
a white car, it's impossible. You can't edit it. They're overexposed. I hated having a white car. I know it's shit. It's like building a SEMA truck because it's like an artificial reason, but legit.
I
It's
think-
got to get the Instagram
I feel like
likes.
you've got to. Everyone's picked those main primary colors. Like everyone's done something like that. You got to pick something off the board that's
No.
like
So my
you know, like a
theory is
teal or
He's-
like
my theory is it's
Cyan.
got to be something that like stands the test of time. I don't
Yeah.
want a color that goes out of fashion.
yeah, which is very hard because
as soon as you go
everyone's-
any color, like
yeah.
bright yellow, maybe. So I'd love to be the Spotto car. Like people drive past Spotto. Like,
You know that like have you seen those like big Rams and Chevys in the States that are like that fluoro yellow?
No.
No,
Oh,
they
like
look
high
sick.
vis.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude,
They look
got
sick.
me thinking. All right, comment down below. Let me know what
Yeah.
color.
I'd be down for that. That'd look cool.
The color he wants to go. I'm not really a fan of. Not a fan of. I just
do you
don't think it should
mean?
be done that color.
I don't care what you think it should be done. Think about how it'll look,
Can
It'll
you
make
say
sense.
the color and I'll bleep it?
bro. It's,
Exactly,
It's
by that
going
reaction,
to look.
That means that color is
Just-
shit. It's gonna
It's
look
gonna
terrible.
look. It just makes sense for that car because it's like
Yeah, but-
angry looking.
Yeah, nobody's done that before.
I don't care. It's got to be a color that's not going to go out of fashion. That always looks good, easy to take
Mm.
photos of.
Hard to
No,
keep
great.
clean though. Like
And
If
just
you
gave it
go,
away.
if you go that color,
What's the color that's hard to
if
keep
you go in that
clean?
color, when I do the filming and doing the travel trips, I'm taking the oldest Nokia possible for photos.
I'd love that. Everyone's going in for this old Polaroid look. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
you
fair.
could be like Sam Young that takes the piss out of everything Land Cruiser,
Yeah.
and then Sandy Torp, and then goes and gets a Land Cruiser, racks at Sandy Torp.
Literally.
Like, come on, bruh.
Oi, groundbreaking. I'm doing a lap of Australia in a 79.
Oh my God, never been done before. Buy my water filter.
I know, yeah. Is he going to start doing... We're just ripping on Sam.
Yeah,
I love Sam. I love
right.
Sam.
He's a great
I like Sam.
No, he's a
good,
legend.
good. But I just want to touch base on water filters. Dude, they suck. If you are dumb enough to get into that pyramid scheme, you got you're just an idiot.
Don't. Anyone who does it, it's not a pyramid scheme.
No, yeah, exactly. They get so defensive. They're like, it's not a pyramid scheme. I'm like,
Wait, here, I got one for you.
yep.
All right. 30 cows.
Yep. hang on. I was finished this. I'll just finish this pyramid scheme.
Real quick.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we'll come back
We
to
need
it.
to interrupt this.
Yep.
30 cows.
Yep.
28 chickens.
Yep.
How many didn't?
Didn't what?
Didn't live. Was
30,
it 30-30? And then
30 cows.
Okay.
28 chickens. How many didn't?
10.
What?
10.
No.
Why 10? What's your reasoning?
There was 30 cows.
It's 30 cows.
20 of them ate chickens.
28 chickens.
Oh,
How many's left?
20 of them ate chickens.
How many didn't? Yeah.
2. 10.
Quick maths.
Two. Because you got 30 and 28 ate
20
chickens.
of them ate
20
chickens.
of them ate chickens.
Yeah, but it's 28 of them. I think you're right, actually.
I like how you tell a joke and you don't even know the answer to it.
No, I think they're right. We're wrong. Because I'm thinking 28 ate chickens, but I didn't say it.
Yeah.
20
Otherwise, the
ate
answer is
chickens.
something like 68 or something. 'Cause you said,
Yeah,
I don't know.
28 chickens.
Yeah, fair.
50.
You're
Yeah.
right. You
Back-
haven't worked out what poor people and rich people want and don't want?
Not yet.
Okay, we'll keep. Okay.
You
So
won't-
water filters.
You know what? You know
do
what?
they
You know what
pump
water
out
filters are?
beer?
You know what water filters are? Poor people. That's what they are. Because
But do rich people want them?
no.
Yeah, but if you drink it, you die.
Yeah,
I
you
think
do.
it is a water
You-
filter.
Alkaline,
Poor
mate.
people have them. Rich
Yep.
people want them.
Yep.
Poor people don't have water filters because they cost way
They're
too
like
much.
$6,000.
It's like
aren't they?
$6,000 to buy a water filter, right?
Yeah, but they want them.
But
Doesn't
then-
mean they can have it.
But then the
so that's the answer. Water
You
filter.
said poor people have them. Poor people can't
Oh
afford that.
yeah,
Poor
true,
people
true.
are the people
Poor
in the
people
pyramid
have.
scheme.
Okay, you're right. you're
Correct.
right.
Like it's
Bro,
just
I
like
don't even want
it's
that
just
and
so
I'm poor.
common in the travel and four drive industry. It's like
It's
they
everywhere.
go on this lap. Like the most common thing is like they sell the house, they buy a big American truck, big caravan, and then they get on this pyramid scheme, and it's like they try to play off as like they're killing it from the pyramid scheme. But it's like no, you just sold your house.
Yeah.
So everyone thinks
is this just coming from like jealousy?
no, like because like you know me, I was
This is
I-
bad because no one's talking about this publicly.
yeah, I was I'm in the traveling
Yeah,
scene.
but you think about this, right? If
Yeah.
you sit at home at like 5, 6:30, whatever, and you're on your phone scrolling,
yeah,
like what else are you gonna laugh at? I enjoy it when it pops up.
yeah, I do too.
When
I
they're
do
like,
too.
"Oh,
It's like
everybody-"
I think it's funny,
it's-
especially
it's-
someone that you've met or
It's
known.
it's
yeah,
it's like
you're doing
they're
this. It's
paying you
hilarious.
sponsored ads, and
Yeah.
it's like
It's a good laugh.
they're just like, oh, I live free, and then it's like they're not blinking. It's like someone behind the camera has a gun to their head, and it's like hi, I'm free and I'm happy, and it's like no, you're about to be bankrupt. But
About to be bankrupt.
yeah, but
Oi,
that's just my
DM me.
really-
DM me.
What do they say? Get
DM me.
started or
I'm
Change your
ready.
9 to 5. Drop the tools.
Yeah,
DM
exactly.
me now.
DM me,
Like, it's-
DM me. I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
DM me
Yeah.
now for your financial
the concept's
freedom.
there. Like I know there's a bloke and a family around the Coolum area.
Yeah.
He's doing it. He's
Yeah.
killing it. Like all well to him. But he is one of those ones that got in like 10, 15
Yeah,
years
he's
ago.
on top. He's
killing
on
it,
top.
smashing it.
But
And I know people on a semi-personal level
Yeah.
that are just nothing. They got nothing out of it. They
Yeah.
spent their money. All they got to do is walk.
but it's
filter.
a pyramid scheme is illegal. So
Yeah.
how is it?
It's called multi-level marketing.
That's the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just like
It's-
do that in Built Not Bought somehow? Like sell something and there's another level. Sounds good.
No, we can't.
I
Okay.
feel like you get into a crypto scam.
Ah,
Yeah.
bugger.
It's such an
Yeah.
unethical
You can
way to
tell
make
I'm
money.
like
Yeah,
the person that gets scammed.
I
and they
just
get a
don't
text.
think. I just don't think.
Wait,
anyone
with
should
$1
go.
million. I'm like,
I just don't think
yeah.
anyone should just go through it. Like
Yeah.
it's like right now. I see a person right now. They've sold everything, and now they're back to work. They're back to work, and they're trying to say,
Okay,
"Oh,
so
I'm just
you
topping up
told
my
me about
account."
okay. So if people were considering this and they're listening, what's the best alternative?
What's your best
The
advice?
best alternative,
If they want to
honestly,
travel,
if they want to travel, is like when we've been traveling, the amount of work around the place, like in small towns, there's so much work going in regards
Everywhere.
to bartending, farm work. There's even truck driving, whatever it may be. There's so much work in these small towns.
okay. So, but that sounds like when you pull up somewhere, you need to spend a week or two working.
Yeah.
How do you What do you think about
avoid-
online
Yeah.
business?
Oh,
so you
definitely.
can work while you keep moving.
If it was me, I would run. If I was looking at traveling and I wanted to do it, and then like someone was wanting to do it, I would learn a really good skill like editing videos or
Okay,
editing photos or something like that. So then you can do it online. You can get like everyone's Google Drive
Dropbox,
footage.
yeah.
You can edit it, then send that off, get paid, and keep moving. Like, and you can do that inside your caravan, inside your rooftop tent with a good computer.
There
to be
is
honest.
there is jobs out there
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
definitely.
can work
You can work online,
remotely.
yeah,
Same as
definitely.
if you're working in your home every day remotely for a business.
Yeah.
Why not put it on the road and have Starlink or something like that?
Agreed. And that's what I mean. Like, and I look at it too. Is like you can travel. It's like worst case scenario. You've got to fly home. You're flying domestic anyway, so it's going to be like
Oh, I got it.
$100, whatever it
Only
may
cans.
What?
Only cans.
It's already been done.
Yeah, Brody. Shout out to Brody.
Yeah.
be.
He's good.
It's like OnlyFans, but for beer, do reviews.
beer.
Beer
Yeah.
reviews. Have you
Ooh,
ever seen it?
No.
Bro,
Bro,
he's
jump
always
on it.
wearing a
He's
built
just
not
like-
bought
yeah,
shirt.
yeah.
He's a
He's like-
weapon.
He
Better
kills
than
it.
Russ Eats.
Actually, jump on Alpha
Yeah,
Blokes.
it's like
He's
Go
way
on
better
Alpha
than
Blokes
Russ Eats.
podcast. They did an interview with him and it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
They jumped
Yeah.
on. They got absolutely plastered and they'll just taste testing beers.
Bro, he always puts out like he's so consistent with his videos,
Yeah.
and they're always great videos.
He's a legit honest
He's
review.
found a niche little market. It's one of those spots you can't copy.
Yeah.
It's good.
And he's got like a really deep voice. Yeah, look. Oh, do I sound like him?
Raspy.
Today we got a OnlyFans can in. Oh, it's pretty close, eh?
Hold on.
How you going, mate? That's a bit low.
Oh, could we go back to Minion? Let's just.
Just got my minion.
Alright, so guys, for the next 30 seconds, we are going to run the minion voice, alright? Okay. Alright, I got another one for you. Here we go.
Oh no.
Can you say Irish wristwatch? Irish wristwatch. Go.
Irish wristwatch?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Irish wristwatch.
Wristwatch. No, faster.
Ligma.
All right, back to the studio. Here we
Oh,
go.
wow.
All right. I want to do one more. Oh, this is more of a visual thing. All right. If you shout out to everyone watching on YouTube,
Oh.
I want to do one more. If you know this one, because it's, to be honest, it's all over TikTok, but you might all not. But if there's one person in the room that doesn't know this
Thank
riddle,
God the listeners don't
let
have
them-
airdrop, eh?
let them run with it, all right?
What are you doing?
Is this open or closed?
Open.
Open or closed?
Open.
Closed. Open or closed?
All right, you've kind of got to explain what we're doing for people that aren't on the video.
So, do you know this? Does no one know this?
I'm
This is
so
sick.
confused.
It's
right
a riddle,
now.
right? Okay, if you're listening to this on Spotify, jump over to the YouTube and scroll to like, I don't know, we're like
Well,
half
let's
an
not
hour in.
explain. He's just holding a can on his side.
But it's a riddle. You have to solve the riddle. Is it open or closed?
Well, it's open.
Yeah, it's open. You're right. Open or closed?
Open.
Closed. I'll accentuate it more. Open or closed?
Open.
Closed.
This-
Open or closed?
Everyone listening right now, he's tilting
Oh,
a can.
open.
Yep. Open or closed?
Closed.
Yep.
I'm onto it. I got it. Sorted.
Open
Done.
or closed?
What is going on right
I've
now?
got it. Oh, he's a dull as.
Open or closed? Let me try something different.
Oh, he's a so.
Oh,
dull.
right. Is this what I'm thinking it is?
Open or closed?
Oh, I'm with you now.
What is it?
Closed.
No.
No! You're not onto
it. What? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so simple, boys. Just look.
Open or closed?
Open.
Closed.
Dude, all right.
Open or closed? One more. Open or closed?
Open.
Dude, all right.
Closed, bro! Are
Okay,
you
okay,
kidding?
okay.
You do some, Mitch.
So,
You do some.
Can we
Right,
explain
right,
this?
right.
Like,
is it open or closed?
Closed.
closed.
Yes.
Is it though? All right, you don't answer because you know what's going on. Is it open or is it closed?
Closed.
Open.
All right. So, Macca, what you're doing is you're looking at the smaller picture. You need to look outside of the box.
Forget
That's-
the can.
Forget about the can. Look outside the box. Is it open or is it closed?
You just have me fucking
Mm-mm-mm.
stumped.
All right, we'll do it together.
All right.
Ready? Open or closed?
Open.
We'll do it together. Are both of ours open or closed?
Closed.
You got it. You got it.
I get it now.
Okay, everyone but Mac has got it.
All right, I got it. Go.
Open or closed?
Open.
Yes.
I've got it now.
What is it?
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in
Yeah.
my life.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the viewers the people that are
You gotta jump
listening.
to YouTube.
They had to go to YouTube for that one.
Right, we've kind of got to explain a little bit why we just wasted, 5 minutes of their life. So, anyways,
This is the dumbest game. that I've
anyways,
ever
he had
heard
an
in my
open
life,
beer in
but-
front of his hand, and he was asking open or closed. The beer was open, so obviously you automatically think open. But he was actually talking about his mouth, and it was either open or closed.
Yeah,
but
it took
nobody
me a
got
little
it.
while to pick that up.
I don't think Mac has got it yet. He's still probably
He's like,
trying to process it.
Yeah. I'm just agreeing to fit in.
So yeah, you gotta look at the mouth.
Look outside the box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, should we run through some questions you got? I didn't want to do too much of like the usual pod because I've done a couple before about like,
Yeah.
oh, how'd you get into YouTube? All those boring things.
No,
I
we
want to
went
just
through
people
that.
just want to hear us chat. Like we've got a good yarn between us.
I want to talk about some like trips.
Yeah, we'll run
past and
through some of that.
present, all that. Like Cape York last year,
Yeah.
all that. That was a good trip because
The
it
Padge.
was a crew.
How did that come about? It was all you, big boy.
Yeah. So pretty
Yeah.
much like, so I was
Let's get this random message.
I was like more the fact of like when I was trying to create my own content, I was like, man, I just need to do something, and then like I kept coming with all these little ideas, like how can I do stuff on the cheap because like I didn't have too much money to like go towards YouTube videos, and I was like, oh, it'd be a sick idea. Like everyone's doing like I kept watching YouTube and it's like Cape York adventures, and people going up with like 200 grand rigs, and people were like scared of this log bridge and gunshot and all this hoorah, and I was like.
Would you drive this bridge?
Yeah. Oh no, we'll get to that.
Boy,
and
run the bridge video. Run the bridge video.
Bro, I'm overlaying that video.
Boy, run it.
It's time to release that video.
Stop using down.
Get them, boys.
How's that back trailer looking?
Um, but
Shout out, Tommy. Bro, Tommy's left Explore.
I know,
It's
I know.
announced.
You're joking.
It's announced. It's public.
It's
Oh, that's
insane.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
good on him. Like if he wants to do what he wants to do, good on him. Fair enough.
100%.
He's gonna go.
He's
He's
very
gonna go
fucking
a long
motivated.
way.
Yeah.
The kid works hard. He does good stuff. He's gonna
Yeah.
go a long way.
Yeah, look, he's
Hustling.
young. He's young. He's got a long way to go.
Yeah, have
you
but he's
seen
got
how
he's
quick
got
his
the
account's
natural
grown?
talent. Yeah, he's got the.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
To be honest, the bloody the video of him jumping in a hot car is like
Classic.
Like it was
You
he
couldn't
nailed
sum
that.
up Australian summer.
So
better.
It went so viral. So I reckon he'll go far. To be honest,
Yeah.
he'll go far. And it'd be good. Like we can all collab with him and actually do stuff with him in time. Like it'd be good. But pretty much Cape York. Like pretty much back to Cape York side of things. When we've come up with the idea, I was like, oh, this would be a sick idea. Old car, just all jump in it and just do like a road trip. And I was like, this would be great. And then I was like.
You
Alright.
originally bought me the idea.
Yeah, I was like, I need to find a car. So then I was on Marketplace. I found Pajero. I was like, this
But
could
what
be
was
it.
your criteria? Were
It
you
was-
like Pajero, or were you like
No,
just
no.
like
I typed
$2 grand?
7-seat 4-drive.
Okay.
like 7
so
seat
the
four
original,
drive.
what the criteria for the trip was like? I want all the boys in one car.
Yeah, I want all the boys in one car.
Mm.
You had to live it rough, like had no camping equipment, no nothing.
Yep.
Definitely did that.
Yeah,
That's good.
and it was just like live rough and do the teletrack and just show people like you really didn't need the 200 grand setups to do it. Like you
No,
could
yeah.
do it so basic because everyone like the amount of people I talk to and they're like work all year to mod their car and they're like, oh, getting ready for this trip
Yeah.
for like a week trip. And then they do it or they never do it because they just think it's so daunting because everyone posts on YouTube of how hard it is. Like,
Oh, this car was stock. We didn't even change the tires, man.
No,
Like,
that's what I
road
mean.
tires.
Well, we did eventually.
I drove down to
Did we?
Port.
You bought some, but we didn't run them.
yeah, no, because Michael popped one.
Yeah, so I drove
yeah,
down.
so
I
they-
drove down to Port Macquarie to pick it up, and I drove it home
Yeah.
from Old Fella. No worries. And then it sat for 6 months because obviously all of us were busy. We were all trying to obviously get people keen.
To be fair,
Um,
you bought in like February.
Yeah, I bought it early
Yeah.
as. I bought it so early, and I was
Yeah,
like,
it's a
oh,
long-
it'll just sit there until I get the people that like we want to go. And when I approached Sam for the idea, he's like, man, I couldn't think of anything worse.
I
And
was a no
like,
for a long
it
time.
was you'll know for so long, and you were so against the idea, and I was like,
Let me just say this, but so like, and everyone I've spoken to says this: the most memorable trip is like their first experience of Cape York, right? So it's
Yeah.
like no matter what it is, good car, bad car, whatever.
Yeah.
The first time you go is just you can never match that. And that's the same for me. Like I've been like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah.
But I reckon that Pajero trip topped my first time. And it's
Yeah.
because
See, I'm probably on
it's
the same
less
page.
about the car and more about
the experience, the adventure.
if you haven't
like,
seen
the
it, I
fun.
suggest you go watch it. Just jump on my channel, like Cape York, Pajero, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
seven,
more
seven
about
blokes, one car is
yeah,
the title.
it's
yeah.
more about just with the boys and less. To be honest, the more you do to your car, the more you're driving around with anxiety, and you'll be the one at campsite fixing your buggered engine when everyone's having a good time because they've got a factory Hilux or whatever.
Dude,
like,
I did it the year before. I broke 3 hubs.
Yeah.
I had collapsed a wheel bearing and a spindle. I had so many breakages and issues and everything. Like rolled it on its side, smashed a door, mirror, everything. And that was in a $150,000 Land Cruiser with all the gear and a swag. Loved it. Had a sick time on the trip. Did everything I wanted to do, like Palm Creek, Gunshot, the whole lot.
but how could you not sit in the back of a Pajero with like shit aircon and all the boys?
But
Like,
dude,
what's
it
not
was
to
just,
love?
like experience it the first time in the
Yeah.
my ute was awesome because it was just like a bucket list trip. To do it with the boys in the car was just, it wasn't about what you had. It was the pure entertainment of who you were with.
And that's what I mean.
And it just so many things went right and wrong that it just didn't matter. It was just fun.
Yeah, like pretty much like when it would come time, like I was like, all right, we got to get like a good bunch of people, like they'll all get along and it has different personalities.
That's the other thing.
That's what
It
I
was
was
a
like,
good group.
Yeah, because it was no one was the same. Every single person was different in their own way, and that's what made it hilarious.
Yeah.
Like having everyone there was probably the best. Like I really want to plan one again with the same group.
Yep.
Do
Yep.
another trip because it was honestly so fun. We had no camping equipment. We were sleeping in like kids' tents with mattress like these laid out mattresses.
And it rained the first night.
And it rained the first night and
Right.
cooked all of it. So then I was sleeping in the car and everyone was sleeping under.
Dude, everyone
under
got into the car. We pulled
oh
in.
man, it was hilarious.
We were
Like,
fighting demons hard.
oh yeah.
And then you popped my boat.
And then it got backed into a tree. There was
Dude,
a
not
few,
gonna lie,
yeah.
like I imagine a lot of people watching it would have been like, "Oh, that's all fake." They wouldn't have actually slept
Dude, the
in.
amount
like,
of people that asked if we had a camera car.
yeah,
or,
everyone's like,
a
"Oh, you
recovery
almost had a
vehicle."
Camry car and like slept in
Mhm.
like rooms and
There's
stuff."
nothing.
But like genuinely, it was so shit.
Yeah.
Like we actually suffered for 7 days.
Yeah. It was
Don't say it like that.
Bro,
No.
it was terrible, but it was like a
It
great
was-
time.
the stench of
Yeah.
that car. And
What-
then
We
Oh,
were
my-
on it. We did not have a recovery vehicle.
In-
That's the only thing I would
yeah.
say
we
to
had
not
2
do.
winches though.
Yeah, I know. We did have
Yeah.
winch. But if you do it, take a recovery car. But
Definitely.
we only did it because like everyone in that car had done the Cape multiple times, so
Well,
we knew what we
yeah.
were in for.
Yeah. Well, except James.
But James is on a different planet, man.
Jamie, oh man, if
He's
you
a-
guys go back, just
He's a very unique person. Just watch
If-
James
oh,
in those
if-
videos.
yeah.
He is
Yeah.
just, he creates his own entertainment, his
Mm.
own reality, and he's just, that's his content.
Yeah.
It
And
is honestly,
It's entertaining.
it's a
I-
laugh.
I don't remember that kid eating.
He didn't,
whole trip.
but he
Bro.
took all my seconds.
He was eating like I
He's-
remember by the last day when we had no food, the Eskid smashed all the sausages to pieces, and Eskid looked like a massacre. The last
That was
day, he was
gross.
literally eating dry oats out of a bag.
Oh,
No, and he had no milk, but he poured water in it.
yeah, water and
He
oats.
poured water in it and like ate with chopsticks or some shit. Like,
Dude, the kid's on a different planet.
It's but in saying that, it was good to have him along because it was like if you go back now and watch it, you can see all his reactions of everything,
Mm.
every single climb we did. His reaction of his head out the window, or the whole
every time, every
Yeah,
crossing.
yeah,
time.
every crossing was the most funniest thing, which was just good to have him there. He was good to have that, but at the same time, it was very interesting to see like everyone's different, which is
Yeah.
And he's the only one that committed to the costumes.
he was
Yeah,
Well,
full on.
Oh
He
yeah,
loved it.
he loved it.
Loves
He was.
it.
I got through to a creek crossing, the first lagoon. I think it was the first little creek. I got to it, and then there was bulk families there, and they're all just looking at me real weird. Everyone has their costumes off
That's
except me
because
and
you're in
James.
lingerie.
Yeah, I was in lingerie. Yeah, so that's a sight to see. But yeah, I was like, oh crap, everyone's like looking at me, so I got rid of it. But James, whole way up the tip of Cape York, he slept in it for like 3 nights and went to the tip.
Right, he was
Killed it.
committed.
He just killed it.
He's the only one that had a good bed too. That hammock.
Yeah, he had a
Oh,
hammock. Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
a
Bro,
way.
dude, but if you don't
means-
remember the first night, that hammock filled up like a tarp.
It
Like
was
he was
swimming.
I'd
genuinely
rather
sleeping in like 10 centimeters of water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but wash it out. You're good to go the next night. Ours was fucked and gone after the first night. It was just rubbish.
You're like 7 foot, but
Yeah, I'm
I
7
could fit
foot.
in my tent.
I was sleeping under the gear bag
yeah.
with my legs outside a tent and it was pissing down rain. I was soaked. And
I
I bought a blanket that I thought was going to be
The
sick
best
for like
night
$10.
was after I forget the crossing, but
When we
when we were
slept
under
on
the
the
hut.
tables?
Yeah, we slept
Yeah, we
on the
slept
park
head to
bench.
head.
Yeah, we were on a park bench,
Oh,
but we
dude.
had shelter.
That was one of my worst nights because Michael decides that he's all. I was sleeping in the car because there's no. Oh, dude. So I reckon I had an hour of sleep that night because Michael decided to sleep in the car, and I've never heard someone snore. I've got videos on my phone from like 2 o'clock in the morning, me just sitting up like this is fucked because Michael's just like, and then he'll stop for like a few seconds. You're like, oh,
he's
he might
dead.
get some rest, and then he'll be like. And you can't sleep.
That's so accurate, bro.
Bro, it's not like a,
You know,
it's not a white
Mitch's
noise.
one of
Dude, do
Mitch's
you have sleep
secret
apnea or
talents
something?
is sounds, bro. Do the like anything. Do turbo. Go check. He's a fucking weapon. What's the other one? Like a drag car starting. Like,
Drag car
yeah,
starting.
no, like the starter motor on the XC. Yeah,
Something like that, I don't know. But yeah, fucking man, he just would not stop and like, I hated him.
Dude, it was so good. Like,
How was your sleep that
I
night?
had a good sleep. I had a good sleep. I was in the driver's seat, laid back. And when I woke up, when I had to woke up, I just had a Mitch next to me, just so angry.
10 centimeters, just
Yeah,
eyes on
just
you.
eyes on me, just thinking, how can he just like smother me in my sleep? But
Fuck.
it was just it was a great.
What was your best, worst memory then of that trip?
Oh, that's a good
I
question.
know I can easily say this. I can easily say this with confidence.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's easily. Worst was when Sam chucked the key because a lot of people don't realize.
Bro,
Like,
that
I
was
can't stress.
set
I
up
can't
well.
stress
Good.
this enough. I actually didn't know about it. Like
He
a lot
was
of people,
the only one.
like there's a lot of
not-
creators out there that stage things and like. But honestly, we got to the creek crossing and we're like, all right, his episode ends here.
Yep.
That's the end. We'll just go for a swim. But he had other plans. He's like,
Well,
key
I
at the
was-
barrel, chucked it, and I was like, no, like we had no other key. I thought we had no other key. I was
So,
like, we're doomed.
threw
I
it
was
in the
like,
river.
I was
Backstory
off
to
it.
that, like I was in Cairns. You gave us like 3 or 4 days to get to Cairns before you
Yeah.
flew in.
Yeah.
Me being stubborn as hell, I did it in overnight. I just said, I'm getting to Cairns. I met you in Ellie for
Dude.
like a couple of hours and I just went straight to Cairns. I sat there for 3 days with James, just cruising around Cairns. I'm going, you know what? There's only one key to this car. We've sat in the footwell of this car for the whole drive up here. Got it out, got a key cut made. But he didn't really tell James what I was doing. I started to go get a locksmith for the trailer.
Yep.
Like, and he's like, oh, yeah, fair enough, whatever. Got the keys. Like, what do you got a key for? And I said, I just had to get a spare for the car because we weren't sure about it, blah, blah, blah. So he didn't know what the joke was. And then it was at Palm Creek. I grabbed Keegan, grabbed Sam, and I said, oi, we've got an idea. We've got a spare key. Let's fuck with Michael. Anyway, Sam didn't even tell me it was happening. He just went for it. And I was just like, oh, shit. I thought it was going to be like in the bush, down in the sand somewhere, straight in the river.
Dude, in the river.
Dude.
But we found it three.
found
We
it.
couldn't
We
lose
found it 3 times.
Oh,
We
I mean, the
did.
worst part is I went diving for it. I like kept trying to get it, but it kept getting deeper in like the sand, so I couldn't get it. It just made me more mad. And then I finally got over it. I was so over it. I
And
just
then the
walked
fact
away.
that the key cuts didn't work.
Yeah, then we were scared.
Like I was just trying.
The spare
Yeah,
didn't work.
I
But
was
if you want a 10-second of like absolute raw content, watch Michael's face
Yeah.
when he sits down on the rock and he's like, I'm fucking done. Like,
I
He
didn't
said
want
that
it
I'm
was
fucking
so-
done.
This
I'm
isn't
fucking
funny.
He's
He's
like,
like, this isn't funny.
turn the
guys. This is-
cameras off.
It's too far. Too
this
far.
is too far.
I was off it. I was pretty much like at the point that I was like, I can't wait to get to Bamaga. I'm flying out of here. I'm leaving everyone behind.
But we can't. There's no key.
Well, that's what I mean. I was like, just call rescue, get bitten by a snake on purpose or something.
I
Like, I
reckon
just
we
wanted
were
to get
very
out of
close
there.
to wanting to hotwire that thing.
That's what my first instinct was.
Yeah.
Like, pull Barra, let's hot start. Like, so let's hotwire this thing because I was like, surely we'll never find this key. But they found it 3 times, the same key, not even the spare. They found the same key, which I don't know how. They've chucked in the bush, chucked in the creek twice.
So
of running river.
what happened? Sam threw it. Then we found it.
And Sam
Then
threw it again.
then I threw it into the puddle again.
Oh.
And then
I threw it in the bush.
Sam threw it in the bush.
And then
I-
Mitch found it in the bush.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. I was
Somehow.
just glowing red. I was just over it.
So that was your worst
That was
memory.
my
What was your
worst.
favourite?
Favorite was probably, I would say, the end of when we got through the last creek, which was Nolan's, and we thought right, we were done. So I was thrashing this Pajero so hard, like there was at the end of my video, you'll see, like I was going through these water puddles at like 80, like hitting them, and the car would really hydroplane over these
I
big
thought we said we were
holes.
doing 20 on YouTube.
These
It was just sped up.
No, he's just sped up.
Yeah, it's
Just
just
like
sped up.
200% on the
yeah,
content.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. So we were hauling. Anyway, hit these mud puddles and it was fun as like we were having a laugh. I reckon that was my highlight before it went bad, but that was my highlight. That thinking that we were good, like thinking that we've done the whole Cape York with this
Oh,
crap
then we
car.
went straight past the turn off.
We went straight past the turn off, like we did not
Tick
care.
tour.
We are all happy as, and then obviously Tyrone snapped and put us into a tree. But yeah, it was good fun, I reckon. And then getting to the tip was good. Like obviously, we've been there before, but it was good just to see it again.
Yeah. Sam, Mitch, your least favorite moments?
I
of that trip?
reckon least favorite would be first night.
First night.
Like when it rained and stuff, I just put the biggest downer on it for me. I was like, this is actually going to be hell. Like,
That was the beginning to the end.
yeah, I was like, this is going to be hell. If this is how the rest of the trip's going to be, this is going to be the worst trip ever. Turned around pretty quickly. It actually was quite good.
Yeah.
Remember the bushfires though?
Yeah, the bushfires.
Bro, I nearly hit a cow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
Out of
bushfires.
nowhere.
That was
So
bad.
hectic. It was a very hectic time of year to go. Like torrential rain, bushfires. We kind of saw it all, which is good.
Yeah.
But I think the best part was actually like the fishing.
Bro,
Dude,
same.
I like
same.
it was so wild on a 10. Like I've talked to so many people that go to Cape and they're like, "Oh, we bought all the gear. We didn't catch a single thing."
That was me the year before.
Bro.
I took like thousands of dollars of fishing gear up there.
We literally had $10 Kmart lures, $10 Kmart rod. We were pulling in fish like no tomorrow. I was getting blown off all
Crazy.
the time because I don't know, Kmart lures weren't
Fishing.
really holding me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got like cooters, barras, a couple cod, and some
Yeah.
finger mark. Like just even if they were little fish, it was still good to just like
It's
actually
just-
haul
But
ass
when
with
you're on
really
like a
cheap
kid's
gear.
noodle rod and you're pulling in like a 2 foot long fish, it's fun.
Yeah, well, you pulled in a 600 barra.
65,
That was
65
our
se-
best moment
65
when we were
centimeter
almost
barra.
asleep in the dorm, and
was
you just
so
knock on
funny.
the door and go, "Oi!" and he just walks into the
Oh,
bathroom
I got that
with
video.
a barra out of his hand.
barra.
I'm in bed, like just on my phone, like it's nighttime. Because we ended up staying. So when we got to Punt's End, we ended up actually staying in accommodation up there. Like we had this previously booked. Like we're now gonna rough it.
Yeah.
We'll stay in these $100 bloody
It's pretty
cabins.
cheap between everyone.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
it
what,
was.
$80 a night.
Yeah, it was nothing like it was good. So it was like we're sleeping here. I'm gonna bed, and then I see this door open. Big Mac's got like up to his head a barra. He's like, "Look what I caught!" And I was like, "Get that fish out of here!" It was smelling in
Losing
out of the
your
place.
shit.
Sam was already like, "What was that?" Like he
I'm
just got out of
half
the shower.
asleep. Yeah.
He just got out of the shower. Had no idea what was going on. We're all laughing, and then I remember he did pull a prank on you guys too.
Oh, no, that was probably my worst part of the
Oh,
trip.
the
is
salt
Sam
and
threw it in the
pepper.
dirt.
Bro,
No,
that
it was
wasn't
salt and
actually
pepper
that wasn't a
seasoning.
prank. That was a doggist. But to be honest, we didn't end up eating the fish. It actually instead sat in the esky, rotted, then poured all over my clothes that I was going,
Oh,
that I
you
was
never
going
ate
out in
it.
cans with.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
like,
look, I'm not a big fisher, so I don't understand. I just threw it in the dirt. I didn't think it would be a big deal.
Oh.
bro, like
Oh,
filleted,
I was so sad.
filleted
Oh.
fish on the dirt.
Oh.
We were not
No,
happy.
You just wash it off, but maybe not.
Maybe
But
not.
I reckon, yeah, that was Cape York. Like I reckon we would definitely do it
That was
again.
fun.
But in
Yeah.
like another car, like I reckon we go even better this time. Like we jump into like
No,
something
we need
that's
like 6 Suzuki Swifts.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
like-
that's what we're thinking. Is the same crew,
yeah.
but we all get our own car each,
Yeah.
but they're like shit boxes.
Mm.
We won't go to the Cape. We'll do something else. But
No, yeah.
I feel like the hardest part about doing it that way is the best part about all of us being in the Paj is everyone was like their own sort of cameraman in a way. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't, you weren't stopping. Like if you're on a trip with a camera car, you're like, all right, let's prep this section, do that. It was just everyone bail and start filming. Like
Yeah,
if you've
yeah.
got 6 or 7 cars
Yeah,
and
it's
no
harder to film.
cameraman for every single car, you can't keep up to that.
That's what I mean.
Like-
Like it was probably good going solo because we did that telly track so fast because we had no one to wait on. Like
No one
We
to
had-
wait on.
yeah.
We knew exactly what we were doing.
Yep.
We've had all the experience where most of the people we got stuck behind had never done it before, didn't know what they were doing, didn't know what to prepare for. We didn't even take
yeah.
a map. Like we were just like, oh, we know that's next. We know that's next. Like,
and I think this is where we should address the log bridge.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
the log bridge was
Bro,
hilarious.
that
Like,
held everyone.
we see so many people go real slow over it.
they should put a speed limit up.
They should
there,
put a
eh?
speed
It's
limit
dangerous.
because like we see so many people go real slow and they just make
Blokes
it
in
look
79s with Patriot toy rollers.
like like we just see like these people go real slow and they make a big deal out of it. We were like, I gotta run up
Yeah.
for it, and I like jumped across it. And there's a
video's
video of it
amazing.
in the creek. There's a video of it in Creek View where it just goes shoom straight past over the bridge, and then after that it's just Sam. I go to the other side and Sam goes, oh, I was going to spot you. And that was the end of it. That was done. We just kept moving.
Like
Yeah, that's good.
realistically, all it is drive straight.
It's drive
It just
straight.
looks
I think
daunting.
it's the most
But
over. Like,
I think it's
Michael
sketchy
hit
because it's a
bumps.
log bridge built by people who go there to visit it. Like,
It's
and it gets
solid.
rebuilt
there's
every
been some
year
dodgy years. There's
yeah.
been some ratchet strap like heaven there.
oh,
So
yeah.
I'd be
you
worried if
gotta
you
watch it, check it out before you drive it. But it's not scary.
No,
I would be
Has
worried
a car
if
ever
you're
fallen
first
in? I don't
driving
think
it.
so.
I don't think so. Like, I
Just
think
like no one's ever rolled a gunshot.
But when you see
either.
like All for Adventure taking like 7-meter toy haulers up there
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff,
sweet.
you're gonna be good. Like,
Yeah.
and it's what
it's hard with the
2-3
trailer.
meters
It's
long.
hard with the trailer because
Yeah,
the
make that
It
turning
does.
when you
The
turn,
trailer
it
does
pulls
get
the
you.
trailer off the edge.
What do we talk about? The fact that Michael nearly missed the turn.
Yeah. But in
Oh yeah,
saying,
he goes what's up the end.
yeah, I nearly missed him. Yeah, missed the turn, went straight ahead because I was going so fast.
Yeah.
But no, it was definitely good that. But other than that, like, we definitely want to get another crew going on. We definitely want to get like another, I would say, another 5 cars and do the same thing, same crew, and go tackle somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I reckon that'd be fun. Like, I reckon it'll definitely do good for like a part 2.
I reckon it'd be cool. Get a couple of like budget cars and just run it.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll put like a little comment thing up. I'm trying to find some good ones. How many beers is too many beers?
When you're Michael on the shed floor.
Yeah.
Oh no. I know that was a massive. That was actually such. That's probably one of the best parties we went to.
Yeah. Oh, what one?
That was unreal.
Bro, to date, best
Your
house party.
30th.
Mine?
I've been to. Your
Yeah.
30th.
That's
Yeah.
why.
That was
Fun
unreal.
fact: it was my birthday like 2 days ago. I didn't tell anyone because I don't want to
Yesterday.
age. There was enough
Oh,
partying
shit, that's
last
right.
year. Then
You didn't even tell
to
me.
last because I had
Happy
enough
birthday.
partying
You're
to
31.
last 10 years at that
Yeah, we
party.
definitely did.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is I put this Q&A thing up and like there was a picture of the XC motor, so it's a little bit specific. I'm trying to find some general ones. Oh, this one could be like, what's the most impractical build you could do?
The XC.
Yeah, like that's mine.
Yeah.
I remember me and Matt Baker were at a show once and everyone's like, what's your dream car? And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to say it. And I just started basically explaining the XC. I'm like a 70s body with like a blown big block with a supercharger. Yeah, throw on 2 turbos and some 40s. And he's like, fuck, let's build that. Little did he know I was like already into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my most impractical build. But
I reckon mine would be like a, you know, those Devil cars. Like if Devil had like, when the world was made, and they
what
were
are
like,
you talking about?
no, like
Mad Max.
no.
or-
As in, like, when the world was made, Satan got one thing to make. He's like, can I make one thing? Like, yeah, no worries. And he's like, perfect. And that is how they made the PT Cruiser. The Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
300.
No, the PT Cruisers.
No,
Like-
yeah,
Oh, yes,
no,
I know what you
you're
mean. No,
talking about-
in the
yeah, yeah.
US.
No, yeah, they're everywhere in the
Yeah,
US, they're over
Yeah,
here as
gotcha.
well.
We've been in one. We went to US and it has an analog clock in it still.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
they look
they
horrible.
look horrible. Imagine one of them on like 10-inch and 40s.
All right, let's do it.
Right, I have the most impractical car. I actually own it right now. It's a Hyundai Gets Daily that the tire goes flat every 3 hours and it doesn't start when it gets
Yeah,
hot.
that's just because
Ever met a mechanic who has a shit car? That's him.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
literally gets to a servo, doesn't start.
Yeah, it's a
Get
bit odd.
home, tire
Those
goes
things are
flat.
unreal.
Yeah, normally
We
they're good.
went balling.
Not
on
when you
that thing
thrash
and
the
then-
fuck out of it like he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Gets as a daily when I was building my patrols. And it was the best thing
Oh,
I
I had a
owned.
Toyota Echo hatchback.
That's what I mean. People must think like, oh yeah, we might. Oh,
Okay, so we can talk about
Had a
this, even though it
VY
hasn't
Commodore.
happened yet.
Yeah.
But I got this question a lot. How could you afford your car, whatever? Like, we're talking back when I was like 19, whatever. And it was like, okay, so I did drive around a Toyota Echo when I was building my first car. And then I had like, it was like the green Falcon piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
You can have shit cars. You can daily shit cars. But also, you start small and build it up. So me and Michael are planning to do a series where we start with $500, buy a car to sell it for whatever we can. Whatever we sell it for, we buy the next car. And we are
Yeah.
trying to show, because we both did it this way
Yeah.
when we were younger, trying to show that when you start with only a little bit of cash, you can eventually afford to buy a $20,000 Hilux or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're working on that in the background. The hardest bit is the first bit. Trying to find a car for $500.
Yeah,
It's
not
pretty
easy.
hard.
Yeah,
we might have to
honestly.
make it 1,000. I don't know.
I reckon we have to make it $1,000 because like
Can you trade in the patch?
maybe we
No,
can
that's
st-
cheating.
Nah,
We gotta
we
start
got to
with-
keep the page for
Yeah.
future
Oh, I
things.
got to
I
get
reckon.
around, man.
Yeah,
It's
true.
the only car at my house that works.
Yeah, I know.
That thing is indestructible.
I know. Like, I was like, when the Paj came home from Cape, they're like, what do we do with it? I'm like, it's staying at Sam's. It cannot live in the front of my house. So I just left it at Sam's. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
Wuckers, it'll stay there. And then I see on a daily basis, he's driving to the airport in it. He's just driving around the daily. They
Dude,
just
I
take,
use it all the
Dude, you
time.
took
Pick it up.
someone on a date in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can we talk about that?
I did, but I filmed it because I thought it'd be funny. But she, like, hand on heart, only date I've ever been on where she just walked off.
oh,
Like, she just
bruh.
left me at the table over
Wow.
something silly. It's
You're-
too much of a long story, but she's from the UK. She's not Aussie, and it must be like miscommunication from a different country. I was like, what the fuck? And she just left. So it ruined my video.
She's just seen the pure Aussie boat.
Yeah, she's
Bro,
like, who
it-
is this guy?
It wasn't the Page.
I-
The Page wouldn't
Well,
have
I,
let you
don't-
down.
yeah, I agree
That
with Mitch
might-
here. The Page didn't have anything to do
No,
with
of course not.
Nah, the
She
Paj, like,
loved it.
and then I'm in chilling out. I see like Sam puts up a story. I'm like, oh yeah, what's Sam doing? And I see him in the Paj. I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, why is this thing still getting driven around? I thought this thing would just be chilling.
I've got to keep it running.
Then I come over to do bits and pieces, and I see,
Jumping it.
and then I'm like, you know what? Let's go into your dam. Like, let's just drive it into your dam for fun. We drive into your dam, get it proper bogged in the dam.
Really bogged.
Then you come down, pull us out, and then I nearly roll it going back up the hill, and I'd get pulled up again. And then I'm doing these like governor launches in full low, trying to snap CVs, and it won't do it for funny videos, and it just won't. So it makes me look stupid. And
That's
I'm like,
something I've discovered, and this car has proven. I think
Yeah.
as soon as you fuck with the car, you actually fuck it up. Like
Yeah.
leaving that car completely factory,
Stock, lift,
the engineering
tyres.
that Mitsubishi, any manufacturer, the engineering they do is done for a purpose.
Bro, look at
If
Whistle and
you-
Diesel with
as soon as you
Hilux.
upgrade tires, you're going to break CVs. If
Yeah.
you leave a car stock, it's at its most reliable. That's
Yeah.
like fact.
Bro, and I can't
True.
stress enough how reliable that motor is.
Oh,
remember
man.
that
Talking about
day-
you don't even want to drive it. You
No.
Mitch refuses to drive the
I refuse to
Pajero
drive
anywhere.
the Pajero because look at it.
We need to do like
Stop.
boys
Look at
trip manies down Nambour again. Just go get
Yeah,
KFC.
bro.
and shit.
We
Dude,
took it
that's
to a
the
car
problem.
show.
In Nambour, it won't even. It'll just be normal. That's just regular traffic in Nambour.
Fair.
We're gonna have to go to like Noosa and then drive it down the main.
yeah.
Bro,
Okay.
Main Street and Noosa in the Page, just 7 blokes
Some
in
party
there.
lights.
Oh, there's a lot of hippies up there. Probably blend in.
Yeah, you're right.
Wicked
We need to
campers.
just go somewhere out like Brisbane. Let's go.
or it's like they send me videos of it, like it's had pissing down rain, and like anyone that's seen the snorkel install, it goes from turbo
On the
PVC.
way home,
It
we
goes
ripped
from
the snorkel
turbo.
off.
It goes from turbo PVC piping up. There's no air filter, no nothing. So it just breathes from the turbo direct. So we did dust the motor a fair bit in Cape York from all the dust. We didn't. It lost a bit of power from that, but it kept going. And then I get videos of like them trying to start it after a
Full of
rainfall,
water.
and they're like, "Oi, watch this." But before I'm saying, don't do it. It's already the video's already come through, and I'm like, "Oh no!"
My
And then
theory.
and then it goes tunk, 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 like it's hydro locked. And then somehow it starts just slowly turning over. There's bulk blue smoke, and it just eats all
Pissing
the
out
water, and then it idles fine. I'm like, any other
Alright.
car, hydro locked.
It got to the point where the turbo was actually acting as a propeller. It was pushing water. But my theory is it's bent a rod, hydrolocked, but the rods are bent, which gives it room to compress the water, and it's just running with bent rods, which is
Bro,
fine. That's why it's down on power.
I
Yeah,
genuinely
that makes
agree with
sense.
you
Yeah.
from like 100% logical point of view that it's bent all the rods evenly, and then now it's just like enough compression that water can still run in
Yeah.
there. Because when we were winding it over, there's a video on the BNB Mitch Instagram page of you can literally hear the water going
Gurgling, yeah.
slosh, slosh. And when I took the intake off the turbo, it ran out for a while.
It was full.
It was just
All right, I'm going to
nasty.
go to some
Enough with
questions. We've got to
Yeah,
shout out
enough
some
with that.
people. So, farm to coast _outdoors said, this is interesting. He's like, is it only worth getting a diesel after you have a proper job so you can afford the costs? I disagree. Like, why are diesels more expensive? Is this maintenance or
It's
fuel?
Fuel's a little bit more
Maybe
expensive.
fuel.
No, I reckon it's like it's always that battle of like, oh, unleaded cars are easier to like get parts for when it's like if you break a pump, like a diesel pump or injectors, like they're really expensive
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
compared
But
to
that's like damage
Injectors
report.
and
yeah. Like imagine like if you own a cruiser like Big Mac over here, like how much would injectors and a pump be for your car, for instance?
Injectors are like 8 to 10 grand minimum.
That's what I mean. Like it's crazy, but
I
like
don't know what an injector pump would be, but I can't imagine it'd be any cheaper than 10 grand.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like that's why like obviously yeah, servicing, maintenance.
But I've
Make
got
sure.
100,000 Ks in that car already,
Yeah,
and it's flawless on the fuel side of things.
yeah, agreed.
Well, like realistically, even my car as a diesel hasn't actually cost me any money in breakages.
Mm.
Like, I've done an SCV valve, but I bought it knowing that was failed.
Yeah.
So that was like $170. Since then, my car has not had a single mechanical fault, and it's actually quite good on fuel. It's like 12 liters per 100. Diesel's $2 a liter now. It's really not that bad. So I would definitely not hold off buying a diesel car.
Yeah. I think it also comes down to market too now, though. A lot of diesel cars are marketed higher than a petrol car. Like if you look at a Hilux or a Prado or something like that.
Yep.
If you look at a V6 Hilux.
Yep.
Or a 1KD Hilux. The diesel Hilux is going to be 5 to 10 grand more depending on condition.
Yeah, agreed.
It's just the way it's going. Look at, your old LN type Hiluxes and stuff like that, your older models. Same thing, 5 grand, 10 grand. Like, there's that difference between them.
It's just hard. Like, I reckon if you're going around town, you're doing small trips, like real small trips, I reckon a petrol would be the way to go.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, just because, like, you'd have, like, obviously you have instant power, like, you've got, obviously, petrol, so you can do, like, short distance stuff's cool. It's only if you were, like, doing long distance daily, I reckon a diesel would definitely come in the best.
Well,
because
especially
of the fuel
traveling
economy.
remote, a lot of places don't
Yeah.
carry unleaded.
Yeah.
Or good unleaded.
Good unleaded, yeah.
It is in a lot of places.
They
though.
use this.
But
It's getting more popular,
I'm
but-
pretty good, like, example, like advocate for this because I was petrol hands down. Like when I had the LS,
Yeah.
I was always saying like petrol's the bomb, which it is. It's fine. You're the same. You had petrol, you had
Yeah.
the LS, all that. It's fine. But when I went diesel, I did actually notice a change. I mean, the Duramax is a very expensive motor, and there's still a lot of diesels that have issues. But I put that motor in, and haven't touched it.
Yeah.
And I think you don't realize until you've done it that doing a trip that you're not driving with complete anxiety all the time, like watching the gauges like a hawk,
Yeah.
just changes the whole experience because you're like looking around what's going on rather than stressing about your motor.
Yeah, agreed. But I reckon that was only because me and you both ran decent amount of power through those cars. Like,
True.
because
Yeah.
I originally built my first supercharged wagon after you built your car. I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
fun
the
fact,
same.
that's
Bros,
how we met.
how's the video of that
That's-
ripping the other day?
Yeah, it was drifting,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Some
It
guys
was drifting.
skidding it.
Yeah, I was like, I built that car. I was like, oh, Sam's car's pretty cool. I'm gonna build the same. And I was like, all right, I built the same. Then somehow, like, we got chatting, and then we did a rundown of my car. He's like, oh, why'd you go LS? And I was like, oh, because like you did. And I was like, cool. And he's like, nah, the shit. That's what took mine out. I was like,
That was so funny.
Oh,
So like when I first met Michael, it was for a rig rundown because like he had built the same car.
Yeah.
And then when he actually filmed the episode, that's when he was like, "Oh, I built it because of your car. Watch your channel, blah blah blah." I was like, "Cool, man! Like I'm literally pulling it out now." So then he was like, "Fuck!" And then you did your FTE swap, and that's how we got to know each other. So yeah, you're just like a big simp fan, to be honest. That's why.
get out of here.
Fanboy, bro.
But honestly, think about this. You were watching me years ago, and now you're like,
I was
deep.
deep in the YouTube. Like I was deep in
Oh,
the
yeah,
YouTube,
yeah.
and I was like, I remember you from like I was love forward driving, and I was like, I seen you when you were back in your Perth shed, and you're just starting out. Like you pretty much bought a 3-liter Patrol.
Dude, I found you
And-
from chasing lines.
So he was
Right.
chasing lines.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he come up on the GU page. He kept because this is when you're first starting. Because you're sharing your videos on
I
a GU
was.
page saying, "Hey, can you please watch my videos?" And I was like,
when that
Imagine
used
if
to
you,
work.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
imagine if
yeah.
you did that
You
now. You'd
can't.
be called cringe. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. And I was like,
Well, anyone can't do that. That was
Yeah.
back when like forums were a thing, and
Yeah.
people were genuinely interested how to build a car because there's just nothing else out there. And
Yeah.
I got a lot of my initial following from just sharing on forums and being like, "Look,
Yeah.
guys, I'm doing this swap. Come check it out."
yeah, I
And
come
you
from
saw
that.
It. Yeah, you
and I
saw
was
it
like,
on that.
I was like, oh yeah, I'll check it out. Then I seen you bought a 3-liter. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And watching. I was like, yeah, sweet. Watching. Then you come over to Queensland. I was like, oh yeah, I'm over Queensland, and that's when we started catching up. I was like, oh yeah, he's a right bloke. But yeah, no, here we are, really.
Yeah, you're a patrol frother.
Yeah,
Do you feel like because of those days with the forums and building your following that way, it's created an audience and a following now for the people with the like to be able to gain that knowledge now to now be those sort of like keyboard warrior type people that doesn't work for that reason.
Say that again.
Yeah,
So-
I'm so
Yeah.
confused.
I know
no
you're
idea what
confused.
you mean.
I'm confused.
So like when you're doing those forums and you're the only one, say,
Huh.
doing like an LS conversion or any of that, and you're the first one to do something like the true built not bought or what it was, and then everyone's seeing that, so then people have the opportunity and the knowledge to go do that themselves. It creates that environment where everyone thinks they know what they're talking about, and now you can't do that because everyone's like, oh, like this is stupid, this is silly, like
Can't do what? Create content or just ask questions?
A bit of both.
I reckon it was.
Right.
I reckon it was because you were.
Yeah. Okay. So
Because if you jump
it
on
op-
YouTube now,
the
everyone's
barrier,
got an opinion.
the barrier to entry for YouTube is like 0, right? You just got to create an account.
Yeah.
So it opens it up to the danger of just misinformation out there,
Yeah.
which I've probably said some as well. Like we're all learning,
Yeah.
but that's where it becomes misleading because, okay, so say if someone knows a lot about, we use my 4-link for example because it's so
yeah.
controversial. Someone knows a lot about that, right? So
Yeah.
the person saying that you've done it wrong, like where do they get the information from? I guarantee it's from YouTube forums, right?
Yeah.
It has to, like that's the internet.
It's always come from somewhere.
the person they watch to get that information, do they trust them? Like where do they come from? You know what I mean? So it's all Chinese whispers, like what is the real answer? At the end of the day, if it works, it works. So what you read on the internet isn't always true. But everyone's out there learning. Like it's the
and
first
also
time I've done
intended
something.
purpose of what it's being built for. That's got a huge factor on it
Yeah,
as well.
everyone's doing stuff for different reasons. So it depends what it's built for.
Like,
So like take everything with a grain of salt when you're trying to watch how to install a brake rotor on your Colorado. Like the guy you're watching on YouTube may not know what he's doing, but it's more. I think when you should watch other forums, content information, don't look for how to do things. Look for how not to do things. Like find the things that they figured out that was wrong.
Yeah,
and then you're aware of that. But it's a tricky world because it's not just mechanics. It's just news in general. Like how much fake news is out there? It's ridiculous. It's a really hard thing
Donald
to
Trump,
navigate.
fake news.
Yeah, it's out of control.
But like, yeah, even that falling situation, like the amount of heroes that jump on there with like, it's wrong. The only saying wrong is the comment above said it was wrong.
Yeah,
and like some people,
oh,
like,
everyone loves jumping on a good hate train.
Yeah.
And, no, especially if someone that's got some sort of credibility or following says it first.
Yeah.
Everyone pumps it.
And
everyone
then if you like, and then you might think, okay, do they have some knowledge? Like, can they hit me up with knowledge? You might hit them up and be like, hey, and they'll be like, oh no, actually, I have no idea. I was just trying to jump in on trend.
Yeah,
and it's just pointless. So like, if you don't actually know what you're talking about, like in regards to
I know it's not perfect. To clear the air with that, like that whole build, I said at the start of this episode, is a visual thing. Like that car's built as a piece of art. It's a visual thing, right?
In a way, really.
So to do it properly, you can make it different to make it function better.
Yeah.
It's going to look like shit for me. I can't have the lower arm sitting below the diff. It just won't look good.
Yeah.
So the way I've raised it, that's what's fucked everything.
And
to be honest,
having drop center cradles and drop boxes and all that
I got
money.
all my mathematics from the guy who supplied all my link kits, right? So because I didn't know how to do 4 links, so the measurements were given to me by a professional, right? Quotations. He designs his shit, whatever. So people to go out and say it's wrong, they're not saying I'm wrong. They're saying he's wrong. I told him what I wanted to do. He said, this is the best way to do it. You're going to have to compromise on some things, which is the way those links are. But make sure this is right. Like he drew it up for me. So that's where I'm like, I just let people talk shit. Because I'm like, look, I did what I could. I spoke to the professional. He gave me the dimensions. I built it to that. And that's how it's come out. Because I said, I want it to look like this. And he said, all right, that's the best scenario for what you're doing. Do it like this. Yeah. And like I say, it's a visual build. It's not out there to do think. So even though we're saying it is, we'll take it though. Should we take it to think?
Well, first of all, we've got the Don River Dash.
True. We're going to do the full WARC. So we've got St. George.
ARC challenge going on.
St. George, short course,
and then
Don
actually,
River Dash,
once we absolutely smoke Fink, because like we will.
What is this? There's some other blue,
we're going to the Dakar after.
Blue fucking ute we got to beat? I don't know.
Some shit box. Some shit
He's
box
a navvy. Are you
wagon.
navvy?
Navvy.
All right, so Mitch, tell me when we're coming up to Big Mac. I can go around him, bud.
Well, luckily enough, we'll just be able to
drive over him. We'll be sitting in a GQ that's just like slammed with travel, and there'll just be this thing with tires coming past, just going, the fuck is
we
that?
We haven't told him about the jets and the hovercraft mod, have we?
Okay,
we have to keep that quiet, bro.
Let's not go on a tangent. It's not really a fun topic to people. We're looking at buying a hovercraft.
Yeah,
bro, that'd be sick.
Yeah, so Oz Day, I was like,
but where do you do it at your house though? That's
it's problem of like.
I want to know whether if you go on the water, do they float?
Yes,
or
So
100%.
So they do float. They do float. So it's like the part of it's fiberglass and the rest of it's like obviously just rubber. So they float to an extent, unless like.
But you can't.
Roll it.
If you're on the water and you're on the gas, if you're turning and you get off the gas, they just roll.
True. Yeah.
Because they're ribbed on the bottom.
That's what I mean. Like I see one come up and I really wanted to buy it at the time, but it was more really impulsive because It come up for only $4,000. I was like, all right, let's buy
Impulsive
it.
buyers on Facebook Marketplace isn't good.
Yeah,
Speaking
like
from
Hey,
experience.
talking about the Paj.
like
talking about Sid, bud.
yeah. So pretty much,
Also, I saw a jet car pop up.
you know who owns that now?
Yeah, Luxfer.
Luxfer.
Yeah.
I watched his YouTube. He has a YouTube video
I
about
thought
that
it
car.
was only like $8,000, but he apparently
you
was
No,
like
it's-
20.
It was 18. It was 18.
Did he
I
only
looked at
just
it.
start a YouTube? Or he's
He
had
only
for
just
a while?
started. So
He's
I
just
don't look.
leveraging off his
I can't say
American.
much about him because
Yeah.
I don't know too much about him. But it was like he pretty much packed up, went over to America with his burnout car, which is insane.
And killed it.
It's
Let me
sick.
just say, he air freighted his car.
Air
like-
freighted.
Air freighted, like put it. He did the opening burnout at the airport, hooped it, and then it got loaded up on a carrier, went into the plane, and he got it over there in time for the SEMA.
It is the
SEMA.
most
And then
reliable,
he
like
won an
1400
award at
horsepower.
SEMA.
Yeah, and then he went and cleaned
And then
his
he went to
McFarlane,
the Freedom Factory.
Freedom Factory won that.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. Like he's done
He's
so
doing
many
well.
cool
That
things.
car's staying there now. He's building a new
It's
one
at
for
Cletus's
Australia.
shop, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
it
so.
lives over
Yeah,
there.
You
it's
see it in the videos all the
Yeah,
time.
It just
it's
goes to
insane.
show, just a burnout dude can make it big. Like,
yeah,
send
yeah.
it.
He just
Oh,
goes-
my
But
dream.
how many years has he dedicated his life to
Oh,
like
yeah.
burnout? You've
yeah,
been
he
seeing
has.
that car for years. ever.
years. Luxfer's been around
Right.
for years.
I've my
But-
dream is to drive Flexi down the Vegas Strip because
That'd
there's
be
that week
cool.
during SEMA where they allow any
Yeah,
car
show week,
to
yeah.
drive down the strip.
That would be.
That's what
gangster.
they need to do for like, events over here. Like,
Well, they
let's
do.
say
they
Brizzy
do,
Show
they do,
or
bro.
something. No, like you got
Like
like
Rocky Nats, you
Nats.
get the show.
Well, Street
Yeah.
Parade, but you've got to be actually sort of in the event in a way. Imagine if like Brizzy Show, you could open it up. Let's do like a parade, and you get all these cars out. Like it's hard when you're at a show because you got multi-level stories, all that sort of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But when you got like at Brizzy Show, you got like those displays down the back, and like
Yeah.
on the showgrounds there's a field. Get some of those cars out and go for a run.
Yeah,
and-
well,
You're not
the
even
thing
allowed to
with the-
start a car.
The thing with
Yeah,
the
I know.
Brizzy show is like it's also not. It's more for cars that actually do drive on the road.
Yeah, that's
where the
it's the wrong.
scene-
It's the wrong event.
It's the wrong event. 'cause
Whereas Summer
SEMA's
Nats
like
and all about cars that can't be driven on the road. It's
Yeah.
like show cars.
Mm.
But yeah, speaking of Brizzy Show, I have been working behind the scenes like crazy, like you wouldn't believe, emails backwards and forwards because I said to John, who runs a show, I was like, all right, I'm bringing this car. It's been built for shows. I want to start it up because I know there's like a lot of safety involved. He's like, all right, shit. All right, there's a bit to do. Went through so many emails, meetings, did a risk management plan, all this crap. Like it was a bigger situation. Like, because
Mm.
it just opens up the can of worms. Like you could just start a car, right? But like to do
Yeah.
it properly, I didn't want to rock up and just start this thing. So I'm like, I want to let you know, like we're dedicating. So I moved my stand to a different area on the oval. All this, we need barricading. Certain times it's only for 5 minutes. All this bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And then he comes back to me like literally yesterday and he's like, it can't happen. It went up to event management. It went up to bloody their public liability insurance company, like absolutely insane. And just because of the safety bullshit and politics, they won't even let me start that car at the show, which sucks. Because
Wow.
I said to him, I built this thing to draw a crowd. We're going to like
Yeah,
start
yeah.
the engine up. And so now it's going to sit there and we can't even turn the key, which is absolutely fucked.
What a waste.
So
No.
just so people listening, like they come to the show, everyone's going to be like, start it up. Literally can't.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. I reckon that's where Rocky Nats will come in handy
Yeah.
because Rocky Nats. If we are able to drive this thing
Down
down,
the
the
street, yeah.
street at Rocky Nats, that'll be epic.
The only thing, yeah,
You
I
won't
think
fit
you
under
have
the
to
bridge.
pass scrutineering to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many scrutineering events I'll pass by having like not having doors, so like, you can't get out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And also vision, even though I've got a front camera, like it's a bit
Mm.
questionable. Like,
yeah.
it-
Okay.
I mean, but I'm not going to be sad
But
if I
you'd
can't
be able
drive
to
it.
start
But
it though.
I'll be able to start
Yeah.
Rocky Nuts.
Yeah.
I'll be able to start it at my own show dirt events. I'll be able to
Yeah.
start it at, we're taking it to Matsuri down at Queensland Raceway. We'll be able to start it there. It's just, for some reason, those 4 drive shows are absolutely strict as hell.
Yeah.
If
Dude, they're so hard to get
if we
in
do
contact
WA
with.
and Adelaide and that in Perth, it'd be
Bro,
sweet.
I'm
but
trying to get like
national
somewhat
ones?
involved this year with a 4x4 show.
Yeah.
So, like bring the podcast or something down there, like bit of entertainment, go around film, whatever.
The only way
whatever.
in is you got to go in with a stand that's already there. You
Yeah.
got one of the boys a sponsor, you get in easy.
Mm.
And once you got a bit of a presence, you could probably hit them up for like your own
Yeah.
spot. But it's so expensive. Like I think
Oh,
they
so
value
difficult.
those stands at like 20 grand.
Yeah,
plus,
they
so-
are. Yeah.
But
Have
I was talking to Sam Young the other day about it, and he said, at the end of the day, there's nothing stopping me going in there with, a couple of road mics or whatever and just interviewing people anyway.
I'm
No, it's
sure they'll
definitely not.
welcome that. Like it's all
Yeah.
media for them. So
Yeah.
True. And
that-
it's one place where everyone's together
or
anyway.
discount code BNB if you want to get tickets for the show because that'll
Yeah, I
be
don't
when this
got no
posts.
code for
It's
that.
what it's in like 3 weeks.
Well,
Yeah,
by the time this
couple
comes
weeks.
out, a couple of weeks anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
B&B on your tickets, make some money.
Yeah, we
I want
go.
income of that.
I don't make shit. I just,
Yeah.
just help you save money.
There you go. What a
Like-
good man.
So then, yeah, you've got next up is Rocky Nats, and then we're gonna organise a show you dirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
We haven't done one of them in a
I'm
while.
trying to. I mean, this
always
build
been,
is
like, in
part of the
Sydney.
transition of like I want to go into. I want to be the car guy, not the four drive guy. Which I know I do have a big audience in four driving, but my passion already came from like muscle cars. So I'm trying to obviously retain the four drive scene. We're doing heaps of those builds, but just branch out to also grab some audience. I mean, I'm starting to get drift followers. So when I go to drift events, they notice my car, they get photos, which is cool. The XC is trying to go to those Rocky Nats, Summer Nats, the big V8s, the superchargers, and just do a bit of all those builds. So anything cars. So that's why we're trying to do a lot of those like Rocky Nats, Red Center Nats, Summer Nats, all that. Show you Dirt was meant to happen, but the venue I used, which was perfect, they've turned into like a horse arena. They've literally cut it up. There's like a square gravel pit. There's like stables on the oval. Like it's completely fucked it. So if you know a venue, North Brisbane-ish, like
North
Brendale, would be
Brisbane, yeah.
sick. But we were trying to get one done ASAP, but it's been pushed back because
Actually,
we
might
can't
know
get a
one.
venue.
Down near my way, like there's a Launton showgrounds.
That's
do-
bloody Gold or Petrie.
Nah, Petrie.
Yeah, okay, that
That's
way.
a good area to do.
Link. Yeah, I need any suggestions.
What
Big-
about
big
somewhere like?
oval.
I mean, it's a bit out of the way, but it could work. Like Kenilworth Showgrounds or something like that.
I
like-
think
or like-
we need to keep it
Or
local.
what
Yeah, I
if you
think we
booked
need
out
to
like
stay-
a
Because
campground
we were
or
even
somewhere?
we could literally hire Queensland Raceway, like huge pad,
True.
but that's still too far. Like
Yeah,
we want to
did
keep
talk
it
about
central.
That it's just too far for people to drive, and like
You want it to be like a 15, 20-minute thing down the road, or like
Yeah.
Sunshine Coast to Brizzy down the highway.
Yeah, 100%. No, we'll definitely do another one this year. It's good to raise money. Like we just charge obviously entry to cover the cost of the event, and then we just raising heaps of money for Beyond Blue, which is sick. So
Mint.
it's been a couple of years since we've done one, so that'll come soon. Hopefully.
And they've normally been in Sydney. Is that
Normally
right?
been it started in Sydney.
Yeah.
I've done 3 in Sydney, a couple in Perth. We tried one in Melbourne that bailed because of COVID.
Yeah.
We've done one in Brisbane.
Yeah.
But,
right.
yeah, we're gonna work on something, so it'll be coming.
Mint.
Sick.
Bloody oath.
What other questions you want?
All right.
How long we been? We hit that 5-hour mark yet, or what?
Well, we talked shit for a little bit before we started. We're an hour and 18 in.
Yeah, mint.
So, yeah.
Keep it dancing.
We're going all right.
Wait till my beer runs out. Oh, have you finished that beer?
No,
oh, is there another?
Oh, can I
beer?
have it? You're driving, bud.
Yeah, you're driving.
Oh,
Oh,
freshie.
another one.
Oh, he comes in with a cold beer. Dude, my nuts are
It's
getting
not as cold
sweaty on
anymore.
this chair, but. You
What
got
are you-
aircon in it? No.
Nah, not down here. We're too
Not in the
unprivileged for that in the
casting couch.
dungeon.
I've seen it. I'm like, these are like footy shorts up me gooch right now.
Yeah, we could probably open the doors and stuff, but yeah.
Follow the YouTube to see more.
Oh,
The visuals.
we've got some questions. We'll
Alright.
see how long these take to get through. But
Right.
before we get into like the main questions that we ask everyone, we'll probably add this one in eventually. What are your favorite creators inside and outside of Oz for like YouTube or general content?
Anyone got an answer yet? I didn't think.
Answer.
Took you a bit to get these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking about this a lot, and I was thinking, like, favorite creator on the outside, I can say hands down is probably Whistling Diesel.
Yep.
Just because, like, he is just insane, the things he does. Like, the stuff he gets up to is just, it's just crazy. Like, same thing like the XC, but with, like, a big, huge airplane motor.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
no,
I agree. I think that's mine too.
yeah.
Well, I talked about this in the last episode, on the last solo episode. Heavy D's Snowed In series.
Yep.
Like, that's prime example of
It's sick,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, even Heavy
Good
D is
creators.
great. Like,
Yeah,
it's
Diesel
even
Brothers
like,
are good.
even Whistling Diesel, because it's like he's deleted all the videos now, but he was making videos back in the days like I run over a few banana peels in his truck.
Yeah.
Like when he was doing his building and everything. So that was sick. Like
He's massive now, but people don't realize he's hustling. His channel's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
live for like 6-7 years,
Yeah.
and he was working hard at it.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was
So
only
it's
just
like-
doing like
10 years
truck
of hard
reviews and
work for
stuff like
like
that.
a little
Yeah.
bit of success at the end, so he deserves it. But I think it's a good example of I like him because it's like out of the norm. He's just like fuck the haters kind of thing,
yeah.
which is different. It works different in the US. Like I try to
You
do
can't do that.
a
over
little
here.
bit of edgy content. It just gets you in trouble over here.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, all props to him, but all done on an iPhone. It just kind of like breaks the mold a bit, eh? So it's good
I've
stuff.
noticed they've started jumping up to like better cameras and that
A
now.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon they
You
like,
see them sneak in every so often. Like,
yeah, I reckon their main cameras are like good, and then you see the iPhones randomly just for B-roll stuff.
So good,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Cletus McFarlane's the exact same.
Yeah,
Just
Exactly the
vlogs every
same.
day. It's fun.
And their camera, I don't know what it is, but it's like one of those old, like, you know, like put it up to your eye and look through it camera. Like,
that's great.
Yeah,
That's
weird.
I think from my experience and being in social media for like, it's been probably 7 years now. If you're looking at getting into it, or like if you're doing it, something that I've noticed a big shift happening. The scene's so saturated in like good cameras, polished content, all that, because everyone wants to do good vlogs, like good editing, like sick stuff. It's kind of done a 180, and the best engaging YouTubers and that other like the real raw vloggers. Like it's not about what you're doing, it's how you got there to do it. It's about what you're doing in the day to day. Like the almost like a boring vlog now is the best way to do content.
Yeah.
Like that I was saying, that Sam Micheal guy, like he's a bodybuilder dude, but he's killing it because his videos are absolutely raw, no music. He's just driving in his car talking to the camera.
Yeah.
And it's because everyone gets all this polished hype reel of like the highlight of their life all put in a 10-minute video. Whereas he shows the raw day to day, like what he's going through. So I think that's where content's heading, where it's more real, less like showing your highlights, having a sick time, like show everything.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's going.
Day-to-day vlogging type stuff.
Yeah, just like they want to know you.
Yeah.
They don't want to like know what you're doing and how cool it is with music and effects. Like it's too saturated with that. So that's where it's heading.
Yeah, but I think and then Australian YouTuber, I would have to go. I got two actually. I got two.
Yeah.
So the old no who was Sick Puppy 4x4. When they were a group, they were the most funniest blokes. Pretty much put them in like explain them. They would explain. They would get like bikes, put like cheap motors in them, get shit-faced drunk, and make content every now and that. Like it was so dumb, but they had the land, they had the yard, and they were all just like, it was just those 4 or 5 blokes that were funny as.
I kept saying that's not sustainable, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
They're gone now.
They're
but
gone
it's
now.
good to watch. Though. You can never have sponsors. You can't really make money doing shit like that, but it's a good laugh.
I think my favorite inside of Oz. It's gonna sound like a weird one. Sam's gonna shake his head because I've shown him to him before. It's actually this guy over in WA called James Tyrrell. He's literally got 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, and
Never heard of him.
Exactly.
It's not about the
nobody would have heard of him, but he's my favorite creator. He's just super raw, like Sam said. He's actually solid axle swapping and coil rearing this old TF Rodeo.
Now, why do you like him so much? You've
like
answered it in your own answer just then.
Yeah, I like it because it's really raw.
Yeah, but it's
and he shows you it's super educational.
But you've got that car, right? So it's
No,
relatable.
I don't have
Yeah, but
that
it's
car.
SAS swapping.
Yeah, it's like SAS swapping.
It's
That's
relatable.
why
So the
it's
key
relatable to
ingredient
me.
is doing something that other people can relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really enjoy his content, and he's so raw, and he shows you all the measurements, and you're like, it's something that you can watch, and then you could actually take it and put it into practicality.
something,
You
yeah.
learn so much from it.
I've
He's a great
Aussie
okay.
Arvos do a really good job of that too.
They do, yeah, they do a sick job. So, yeah, they like
road
they're-
sign dash.
yeah, well, they're young blokes learning as they go.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
reminds me of, like when I started the channel, like Built Not Bought as well, because it's like shitbox car. You don't have a heap of money. You work it out in your shed. Go and do a trip. And they're not scared to like use the King's gear and all that. Like I think they're killing it.
Yeah.
So I think the boys are going full time this year because I spoke to
I
Paddy
think that's
and because they're brothers.
Yeah.
So they should be ramping up, which would be good. They're
That'd
actually
be
coming to
sick.
Brizzy show.
True.
Yeah, they stole my
right.
spot.
Oh no!
Because I had to move to the
Yeah.
Oval, right, to
Yeah,
start
yeah,
my
yeah.
car. So then John's like, "You can't start your car." Well, I'm like, "Well, then put me back where I
My
was."
spot.
And they're like, "Nah, those the other boys are coming." I'm like,
Right.
"Fuck." So yeah, that's
Yeah.
another
Oh,
story.
yeah.
Nah, but the
Yeah.
boys, they're legends. I
Yeah.
agree with that. They're not my favorite, but they are up there.
Yeah.
I haven't answered properly, but I said Whistling Diesel. But I found a channel recently, probably within the last month. They're called Grind Hard Plumbing.
Bro,
Co.
they're fucking sick.
So
I
he
love their stuff.
is from Canada.
Yeah.
They're in this fucking house. It's always snowing and shit, and they build just random shit. He's building at the moment 46-inch muddies on this handmade It's a street bike
It's
engine.
like a Batman
It's
chopper.
a V, yeah, it's a
Right.
V twin motor, like a
Mm.
Harley motor. But it's very intricate tigging, welding. He uses a little plasma. And I like it because I do that. Like I do the fab shit. So it's not going to be good for everyone. But if you are into any building fab, whatever, grind hard plumbing coat, it's a fucking random name. I don't know how that came about.
Yeah. It must
But-
have been like a business company or something beforehand.
Maybe,
and
yeah,
it's
it's
just like
just
a bunch of boys that
advertising.
work together and just did random shit. But who knows? Like,
So he's my latest and greatest favorite. I watch all his shit. In Australia, it would be Mac and TJ. Well, TJ, because he was the reason I started my channel. I've told him that for years.
Yeah.
Ever since I moved here, I'm like, dude, you're the reason I started. And I pushed him so hard to try and go full time. Like that's why they've like gone full time because I helped him. Just like because I started mine because of him, and then I went full time. I'm like, bro, you can do the same. So I got a big shout out to TJ because he's the reason I started my channel, and I still love
He's
his
been
shit.
doing it for years since like
Dude,
the
so
Pathfinder
long, man.
days, and then the nav, and then
I
he
remember
went
it
full
was
circle
like
another nav. And,
2013 or something. I was watching
Yeah.
DI videos and he had 5,000 subscribers.
yeah,
And I was like religiously watching all his videos. Like, and I love the boys and like it was a dream for me to come over and meet them and be mates with them. But they're killing it at the moment.
Do you
So it's
remember
good.
when he built the nav and it was like the first one that ever sort of went out on like
Mac-
35,
Macca's
6-inch
nav.
lift?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Some of their
and they
biggest
were
videos.
like,
that broke the internet.
that's just normal now.
Yeah.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
They had some big viral videos like that. Just like,
Mm.
oh, it's funny watching them go wheeling. They went up the back of, it wasn't Nicklin Way, like the other street. And it was like just a couple of ruts. And like, fuck yeah, we go full driving. And now they're doing like hectic shit.
Yeah, now
It's,
they're just like, yeah,
funny
big
to-
red.
now
Here
he's
we
bought
go.
a 60 series and
Yeah,
his new
Pilaxes.
60.
Yeah,
I
no,
know what
they're
he's doing to
pretty
that.
cool stuff.
He probably
Dude,
hasn't
it's just-
released it.
No,
but
he hasn't released the idea with it,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
They
Like,
got some good shit with them coming
yeah,
up.
when I found out about that, I was like, ooh,
It's
Something
definitely what they're
different,
doing.
controversial.
yeah, good on him.
Yep.
So-
It's definitely the way to go.
What other questions you got there?
If you could change one thing about the industry, what would it be? I feel like we sort of already answered that in a way.
Yeah, it's not necessarily changing things. It's just like trying to stick with it. And I just hate like it's in any industry, even any workplace, just like bickering and hating on people.
Yeah.
But it's just
Tall
it's just
poppy
part of
syndrome.
human nature, man. Like people just want to talk shit about others. It makes you feel better, but it's like not really necessary, is it?
Bro, I kind of like came across this the other day with that like hate in the industry on like a TikTok trend. So I don't know if I can't explain it to Sam the other day. There's this slushy trend.
Oh, bro,
TikTok.
fucking Jesus
Are
Christ!
you gonna hate on it?
I fucking hate it.
You're the problem with the industry. So
See,
there is this trend,
Fucking
right?
hater.
In America,
Michael, you're on my
people,
side. I know
yeah,
this.
I know he is. So people in America are throwing slushies at their car.
Mm.
People in America think it's the greatest thing, and they're all being like, "Oh, this is so funny!" Ha ha. Comes to Australia, and you were getting fucking shredded for throwing some frozen ice at your car. It's such a little thing that I don't think should bother anybody.
bro, it's
But because of
classic
the-
example.
Because of Australia just being so negative
Yeah,
and like,
bro.
fuck you, you
Mm.
can't throw a fucking frozen ice cup at your car without, like, I haven't done
But
the
I'm
trend.
seeing those same things in the States as well. People going, what the fuck? Like,
There's like a few
Oh,
that are
it's-
what the fuck, but
it's
a lot of them
stupid,
are
but-
like, this is great, and then it comes to Australia and everybody hates it. Michael, you hate it. Mackie, you hate it.
Yep.
You're the problem with the industry. Fuck off.
But here's-
I think there's more to it though.
here's
Like,
where where I think like I don't like it because like in my shoes I'm like I'm not chucking a slushy at like $150,000 Silverado.
Then
Hmm.
why does it bother you then?
But here's the kicker though. It annoys me because like I wouldn't do it to my car, but I wouldn't comment and I wouldn't say my opinion to when that video happens. Like I wouldn't comment on that video and say that's shit. Like I wouldn't comment because there's no point. Like
Yeah, I don't care
Yeah,
about commenting.
I don't.
or
Yeah,
that
that is my opinion. I don't like
it's
it, but
stupid.
I keep
yeah.
opinion to myself. That's where it changes.
Everyone's
Until you
done
jump
it.
on a
Everyone's
podcast.
done it.
Why does it bother you?
Everyone
throwing
would
a
have done
slushie-
hate comments. Do you want to
What?
know a
The
funny story
the
though?
part that bothers me is
No.
What?
I know where this
Yeah.
is going.
So before I had YouTube, right?
Mm.
I forgot I did this, and I forget what it said. But when I met Justin from Patriot, he's like, "Hey man, like you knew me, follow channel shit." He's like, "I had you blocked for 3 years, man." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Apparently, I've dropped it when he did the 6x6 build on
Yeah.
the cruiser. I put some comment. I literally cannot remember what it said, but it was something negative, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, fucking waste of time, whatever." And he blocked me
Wow.
for like 3 years. So I did a hate comment, and
Yeah.
I got served for that. So yeah, fun fact. But now
Jeez.
I'm unblocked, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was guilty of it too. but I can't remember what I said and why I did it. But I guess it made me feel good at the time. Like, I
I've
don't know.
started doing that a lot lately. If I see something I don't like, I just get rid of it. I don't care about commenting on something I don't like or I hate or whatever. Go run your own race. Go
I've
do your own
always
shit. I
been-
don't care. But there's stuff that I don't agree with. Like,
I've always
you're
been.
not going to see me go throw a slushy at my car.
No.
I can see
Exactly.
better useful resources of a $2 slushy
What?
than
Why?
going in,
Why is it-
wasting
why
a
is it-
slushy.
It's $2. You
And
don't
then-
care about $2.
No,
Bro, fuck the
It's
car.
$2,
The slushies
I
are yum, man. Don't throw a
They're yum.
slushy.
What I'm thinking, like,
But
is
it's
you're
a
all like, I would never throw a slushy at my car. What the fuck damage is a frozen bit of
no,
ice
it's not
gonna
the
do to
fact
your
of the
car?
damage. It's every time you go to a 7-Eleven, how many times do you walk in there and go, you know what, I'm going to grab a drink and just waste it.
Okay, what
It's
is it?
$2,
What is
bro.
it?
You would waste $2.
It's not the
Okay.
fact of
without
$2.
thinking.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
It
the
is.
action. Is it just an act of disrespect to your car?
Yes.
To like,
bit
Why,
of
does your car
disrespect
have
to your
feelings?
car. People that
Does
probably
your car have
you know,
feelings? I would
You've
destroy
seen
my
how I
car
treat-
on a
you've
daily
seen
basis.
how I treat my car.
Exactly. So why does a
Off-road, mate.
slushy?
okay,
It's the moral
make
of it.
answer
you
me
angry?
this question. So you don't like throwing a slushy at a car, right?
Mm.
Cars, what they're valuable. What's more valuable than a car? Life, right? Remember the
Okay.
ice bucket challenge? You throw a fucking slushy on your head, man.
See, I didn't even
Ice
do that.
bucket.
And that
That
became,
went
like, a big
viral,
thing.
and people are like, "That's
Yeah.
cool." You're throwing ice on your body, which is valuable.
Eh,
Yeah,
eh, eh.
right. Frozen ice.
Yeah.
It's like a
You're
giant
just
slushy.
jumping on the hate train,
you
and you've been brainwashed.
I just
I don't
don't
know what
like
I'm
it.
talking
You've
about.
been
Too
brainwashed
many
by the
tilly.
hate
So I
train.
think not to name it. There's someone that did a video in Australia that's gone massively viral. They're sort of got no name to themselves, went hugely viral. I seen it and I just gone, this is the dumbest shit that I've ever
What,
seen.
in a car or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dumbest slushy. And it was just like,
I've
a
never
white
seen an
car?
Aussie do that.
no, it
Was
wasn't.
it a
that
red car?
one. No.
Well, I don't know. who
I
it is.
wanted to do it. I've never seen this trend, and I still haven't seen anyone in Australia do it. I don't know why. It's not
I
coming up
have.
for you.
But
I was in my car the other day, and Mitch was like, we're at 7-Eleven getting slushies. Mitch was like, this is a trend throwing slushies. And I was like, fuck, I'll peg it at my car. I was about to do
Like-
it. And he's like, hang on, people are getting hate and shit. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
No, but I'm,
it's just an
I'm looking at
impulse.
the respect factor of it. You're going into a store, you're buying something.
What if
you're,
you buy
You're
two?
technically
What if
on
you
their
buy two?
property. You're throwing slushy area. I can guarantee these people aren't grabbing a hose and washing down sticky slushy everywhere, all over the pumps and all this sort of
Brother,
stuff.
it's a servo.
This is
He'll
Yeah,
get screwed
I know. I don't give a fuck
every
about
day.
servos either. But it's the
I'm
moral
gonna
of,
start a
if
new
someone
trend,
come into
right?
my business
Walk
and
into a
throw
servo,
slushies everywhere, I'll be
buy a
pissed.
cigarette, light it, and throw it at you.
Look, I don't agree. I'm with Macca. I don't agree with it. Like, I think it's a pretty shit thing to do. But in saying that,
There's a lot of shit.
it's
trends.
my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone's allowed opinion. It's just,
I don't care if
I
you do it. I
wouldn't-
just think it's
I
just
wouldn't-
stupid.
it's like TikTok. TikTok's getting bad for it. It's like
Yeah.
there be car trends and everything and all this
Yeah.
hat. Everyone wants to
Mm.
state their opinion on it. It's negative. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if it's negative, I just don't say it. I just go, yep, sweet, no worries. You run your own race, no buckers. But some people just want to have their 2 cents. And I noticed that so much in the industry, like between
TikTok's horrible
between
for it.
someone like, hey, it's just
Yeah.
dumb. Like I scroll TikTok and because it's in the car scene, you go through people have no CVs or some chick with a Navara. Like it's hectic. Like these people just getting roasted. And I was like it's just dumb. Like it's just
Yeah.
horrible.
But
But,
do you
um,
notice like TikTok pushes negative content?
Yes, it does.
So bad.
But I think it's because people thrive off it. Like they view it and then you
But
view it for
that's-
so
that's
long, so it comes back
Australian
up your
algorithm.
algorithm. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's the car scene. And I noticed the car scene is like, and you see it all the time. If someone is doing well,
it's
like-
tall poppy syndrome,
yeah,
man.
so yeah. if
Look at
someone's
Adrian
doing-
Patelli.
Yeah.
Troy Candy.
Oh
They get
man, it's
confident.
nuts.
Dude,
I
the
don't know
comments on his
why.
giveaways, everyone's like, "Oh, only boys win," and then it's the next week, it's "Oh, only people from WA win,"
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then it's "Oh, only people from."
Well, I
There's
don't know
another
why-
bloke who's
I don't know
copping it
why
right
it's
now.
not
You
so
probably
bad
don't know
in
him
the
or
US.
heard of him. He does like motorbike giveaways. His name's Carl Makem.
Yeah.
He does like bike giveaways so off the book, like talking shit about like Lizzo and whatever the fuck he can find shit about. Like just off the rails, does not give a fuck. Gets so much hate for it.
Yeah.
His business at the end of the day is killing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Same as all of them. But it's just the way Australia is. Like it's just
Yeah, I don't
fed.
know why.
fed
Like
that different
America's
type.
not as bad. I don't know why.
No.
Like, but when someone succeeds there, they like encourage them.
They
It's
love
just
it.
Sweet. Like,
Yeah.
Makes me want to move.
Or it's like you just want to have. Yeah, I find it's in every scene. It's in drifting. It's in forward. It's, no matter
Everywhere.
what you do, it's always going to happen.
Yeah.
But you want to have a conversation with someone, and I find this so much. You have a conversation with someone. You're like, "Oh, hey, on, yeah, good," and then they're like, they ask you a question. It might be about your car, but they're going to have to top it. They're going to have to one up you. They're doing better than you. It's just
Yeah.
just dumb. Like it's just shit.
Mm.
and it's always I've just seen it's just in the 4-wheel drive scene. It's always going to be around, which sucks.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't call it the 4-wheel drive scene. I'd call it the social media scene.
social, that's actually correct. Social media. It's social media in every aspect.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I think
it's
yeah,
validation.
I think
Followers,
it's
likes,
it's
comments.
definitely social
everything like
media.
that.
Because
Yeah.
I've been to 4-drive meets and there's positivity. I've been to drift events. It's positive, and everyone's like, "Oh, drift scene's sick," but
So
that's not the
The
online
last
scene.
Sunny Coast 4x4 meet
Yeah,
we went
it's
to at the end of
good.
last year. Rocked up there, we're just chatting away to
Yeah.
absolutely everyone. And you said it, and I clicked with it. You're like, how do you know everyone? I was like, well, I've been to like 3 or 4 of them. I know a lot of the group's people. You're like, you just know everyone. And I was like, I don't know. I've sort of made myself comfortable there. But everyone there knew who you were. I just feel like they didn't want to just come up and go, oh my God, he's a big famous YouTube guy. You know what I mean?
But it's definitely when you go somewhere and oh man, I've been in like millions of not millions, but I've been to a lot of 4-drive shows, right?
Yeah.
All around Australia. And apparently I've got so many haters, but I've never had a negative comment at a show in person.
Yeah.
So are
all
people
social
scared,
media.
or is it literally just social media shit, not the 4-drive
but
scene?
it's the most common thing. If it's the most common thing, someone is a hater because they're seeing you doing well. So they're going to be like, oh no, I've met the bloke, quotation, he's shit, he's a shit bloke. And then that person's going to tell another 10 other people. And then it's just a spiral effect. Even though you haven't been shit to them at all, it's just going to be like, because someone doesn't like see you do well.
Yeah.
But I've heard his shit. And it could have come from 4 different people.
That's what I mean.
Jealousy,
It's
hate,
a bloody pyramid
everything.
scheme.
It's the same thing, bloody pyramid scheme. But yeah, it's the same situation. Like, it's just shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think, it's just shit. It's like, no matter if you're so nice to everyone, no matter what you're going to do, like, just be nice to everyone regardless.
Man. You have one
Like,
bad
no
day.
matter what, you're going to have one bad person that's going to say you shit, and it's going to come.
Always.
It's just going to be like 10, 15 people,
Yeah.
whatever it may be, word's going to get around. But then you're the nicest bloke. And the only way to do that is, obviously, when those people meet you and you're nice as hell, obviously that word's going to spread eventually. But yeah, it's just social media.
You can be
in a
not. Yeah,
nutshell.
dude, you just got to ignore that.
Yeah.
I've heard
It
not
is hard to
social
ignore,
media,
though.
not people.
Like,
I've been to like businesses.
Yeah.
Or actually not been, but I've heard like, oh, that shop, they don't like you, eh? And I'm like, I've literally never been there. Like, they've never met me. Like, what the fuck? So it's just like word of mouth. It's like, what the? Yeah, it's like, you can't judge a book by its
I
cover,
think
man.
every single one of us sitting here have had some sort of experience like that.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
just, they're out there. Like,
Yeah.
It's just going to happen. And that is the shit part of social media and this industry we're in.
Yeah, agreed.
It's gonna
Definitely
happen.
agree.
But I'll say it as from when I started this podcast, the positive feedback that you get is 10 times better than any of the negative stuff you get. Like,
Yeah.
Where you going? You're on the clock, bud.
Take a piss.
Oh, come with
yeah.
you.
Upstairs, suicide door, left.
I'm the captain now.
Ah, you
The
get to
captain now.
how
Oh my
good
Lord.
is it?
Wow.
Hello, Mike.
Oh God.
Oh, can you hear me?
I
You just
can't-
put headphones on.
So
You know what
Michael
scares
hasn't had
me?
headphones the whole
You
episode.
know, so if I've been talking in and out like this,
Yeah.
it's because I haven't had headphones, so I can't really hear what I'm saying, like how loud I
No,
am.
you're
got
coming through
headphones on.
good.
Oh,
No,
it's
you've been
really good.
sweet. You've just been stayed consistent.
Yeah.
I feel like mine's a bit double echoey, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of
Yeah, it's like
both.
this.
I'm like one ear on,
Yeah,
one ear off, and just running with it.
I have 2 ears in. Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
myself.
All right, what else?
So we go. Hey, what? Oh my
Oh
God!
my
You've
God,
been
can you hear
missing
yourself
this,
now?
but
I'll be missing out on this.
yes.
Fuck it. Oh my god.
Right.
We're having a bit
Can
of
you
a
put the
smoke
deep
over
voice
here.
back on?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
perfect.
know, that's perfect.
Oh, Jesus. We're starting a clip with that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, what are other things
Um,
that I have prepared?
we got another question here too.
Yeah, go on.
Rattle through a few of these quickly. If you own one car for the rest of your life, what would it be?
F350.
It's hard. I reckon, honestly, like, that's another thing I don't struggle. I don't really care. That's, like, I bought a Silverado just for my daily purpose and everything, and people are like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to it? It's like, nothing. Like, they're honestly my favorite car. Like, if
Yeah.
I have to get, I'll
They're
get one.
nice.
I'll get one every time.
Oh,
I
but
got to
it's
buy
petrol,
another car.
man.
I'll buy another Silverado. Like, if you can buy it, like,
America.
yeah,
Fuck
America,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
What's wrong with the F trucks?
Nothing. They're great too.
Nothing.
Any
Okay.
American truck has been unreal. Like,
Yeah.
the people around American trucks, it's like they haven't driven one, and then they're like, oh, they're too big, or
Nah.
oh,
they're
they're this and they're this and that, and it's like you've never driven one. Like, when I come from the patrol to this, I'm like, it's night and day difference. Like, for
Yeah.
touring, I can understand why these pyramid scheme traveling. Families buy them because they're insane. Like they're insane to travel in. Like you can be doing you could do a $140 with a like a 26-foot caravan or not even feel it with American truck.
100%.
You do 80 k's in a patrol and you're about to roll off the road with a caravan.
Yeah,
like that's me knowing from
Do you remember
experience.
the thing with Jared?
Yeah.
Right.
He's
was
booling.
Duramax.
Yeah, they were booling with a caravan on no worries. But any
Dude, my
I
car
was doing
is
60,
a
they were doing
Silverado
120.
wrapped in a patrol.
that's
It's
what
a
I mean.
Duramax.
I get a Duramax, so pretty much I get 2 Silverados now.
Yeah.
But I am
Nah, I'm a fan of the F. Like, just anything American, you're
any
right.
American.
Just like the F's because the powertrain's sick. Like, wicked diffs, like the Power Stroke motor's a gangster. Like, a 2500 Silverado would be good too, the Duramax. But I just think they're like a little bit big.
They
well,
are.
the F's are big too, but
The Duramax, like I've got a 1500, so it's like obviously there's a 2500 out there.
yeah,
The 2500 was obviously like you're paying extra, like brand new, you're paying extra 40 grand on top. You also gain the truck bed length. Upside to a 2500, at least you can rego it under a light truck. You can go big 5-inch 37 dual street legal. You're laughing, but I think just for day-to-day use, like my truck's perfect size. Like it's sweet. Like I'm happy as with it. But in saying that, in the social media world, no one will ever care about it because no one can. I feel like no one can relate. Like with the patrols I had, and you same thing with patrols or older cars. Like even 79s, I'm in for it. D-Max Colorado Rodeo, I'm in for it because people can relate. People can relate and be like, oh, I can build my car like that. And then you get to like these American trucks where no one's really deep dived into the market for like content creation. Like no, you've never seen them hard wheel, you've never seen them do any hard tracks or anything because no one's really gained enough to do it.
It was pretty cool to see American trucks take the GMC up Cape York.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool. I did see that.
You did see the struggles that he had to go through.
Yeah,
and all the other stuff. Like they don't fit when they're that big.
No, he had a big one as well. Like, I definitely agree. There's a time and place for him. Like, if you're doing touring,
if you're hauling,
if you're touring, and they're unreal. Like, or just a daily. Like, I reckon I drive from Sunny Coast to Sam's for work, bits and pieces to Gold Coast, and I do that drive like even like twice a week. So there's like 800 k's just there done.
So honestly, they're almost a better road car than an off-road car.
Yeah.
Like it's just the laying k's, man.
Like we drove here.
If you're going off-road, get something smaller, 80.
But look at America. Like everyone goes, oh, America, they've got all the big trucks and stuff. They're not using them for wheeling unless they're putting like big 40s and stuff underneath them and making rock crawlers. They're like, grab your Jeeps, your Tacomas, all that sort of stuff.
Agreed.
Go rock trash them. And then they've got their bloody F350 that's got a gooseneck on the back with a Jeep, a rock crawler, buggies, everything. Like,
100%.
I'm just sort of missing that scene over here too.
I agree. So that's why, I reckon that's my favorite car, Silverado. What I've got now, I'm happy as with. So I reckon that's
for Mitch, because he sort of come halfway through that question. What's one car that,
as I can tell,
if you could own one car for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Give me those headphones. Give me those headphones. I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now, bastard. All right.
Yeah. So if there's one car for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ram 2500.
Ooh.
I know we've all talked different US trucks right now, but 100% a Ram 2500. Purely Cummins.
Yep.
Just diesel background, obviously truck background. I've seen a Cummins and just gone, oh yes. And
I reckon American trucks probably the most common answer.
Yeah, dude, they're such a nice car. And there's this one guy on Instagram. He's called Elevated 6.7.
Yeah.
It's the nicest 2500 I've ever seen in my life, and I could die to own that. That's your mic now, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely agree. Like,
well, they're a great car.
Like, the old boy's got a Ram, and that's the best thing to drive. Towing with it, so easy. Like,
yeah, I'll be buying a 2500 for my next car, I reckon. I'll just keep the day till I can afford a 2500.
Like I had the
12 years
when I bought the new car and posted it. I was like, oh, what am I buying? Everyone's like, oh, like it was a Ranger Y62. Y62 was the most common answer. And then I got it, and like a lot of people went quiet, which I didn't really mind about because it was a daily. But a lot of people went quiet because they're like, oh, American truck. Like there's not much going on with them over here just yet. But if you actually, the people that it's so closed-minded, it's like, oh, they're too big, or this and that. Just go, like honestly, go into a dealer and be like, oi, bruh, I want to drive one. And
go drive
you
one.
won't know yourself. Like I walked in, drove one, and then pretty much I got the Silverado home from New South Wales, and to be honest, the patrol just sat there. Like my blue ute just sat there, never moved, because like I had no use for it. Like I pretty much just wanted to always keep driving Rovers. It's so nice to drive. Like they drive themselves. But yeah, I definitely agree. There is a time and place in regards to like wheeling, like hard wheeling. I would like hard wheeling. Like I'm talking about like what's about to go down tomorrow.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be so scary.
Yeah, you're in for it. Pissing down rain.
It's very controversial, but I welded my front diff for this.
Yes,
right.
he did.
I pulled my center out and welded my front diff for tomorrow because I was too scared.
True.
But
Well, the Honda Civic guy's going to keep coming at you.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, I'm gonna get heaps of people coming at me, but if you actually think about it in a literal sense, it's a great idea.
it is. Like if you want 3-wheel drive, you just have one hub locked in. If you want 4-wheel drive, just jump in, lock the other hub.
And realistically, when you replace your front diff, when you put like actual e-locker in, you replace the whole bit you welded anyway. So it doesn't
Did you have a
matter.
shower out there or something?
He's back.
Yeah, he's
No,
full
I have a shower.
wet hair, had a shower, made himself at
them right.
home.
I don't know how close I am to them.
Yeah.
Have we been talking this loud the whole time?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh! I feel good. I had a shower.
Yeah, nice.
Make yourself at home, bro. I'm pretty sure there's a bed upstairs. Might be Macca's, but you
Yeah.
can take it, I guess.
Yeah, no, get
Playing
out
fetch with the dog and shit.
of that. He's just chilling.
What question did I miss?
No, we'll still finish off Mitch's side
Okay,
of that
sweet.
question. Best advice you've ever been given?
Ooh. I was actually brewing this question today.
Yeah,
Why are you
right.
brewing it?
I was thinking about going on the potty, and I went, "This is one thing I really want to mention for
Yeah.
everybody out there that's my age and
Mm.
in a similar position that I was in, because I know there's a lot of people that are in it. Take risks. Like every risk you can get given, 100% take it.
Yeah, right.
Because I was in a stable job and a stable apprenticeship, which had
Doesn't
like
always work out.
huge career in front of me, being like a diesel mechanic or something in Toowoomba.
Yeah.
And I went, you know what? I don't like Toowoomba. I'm going to move to Sunny Coast.
Yeah.
Massive risk. I didn't know anyone on the Sunny Coast. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to move. Then I continued my apprenticeship here. Met Sam through some friends of friends, helping him out in the shed. Then that brought me to there, which is a place I'd much rather be
Yeah.
than be fucking spinning spanners on a shitbox truck for the rest of my life. And it's opened me up to this whole group of new people, a whole new life that is very achievable now that I'm here.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest thing is just 100% take risks. Because if you fail, fuck, if you're not like 30, then
Like
If you don't
chopping
have-
the front out of your car.
Yeah.
Sass it.
chop the front of your car, take a risk. Like,
Yeah.
that's my biggest whole like motto in life is just take the biggest risk you can find and see if it works out.
Mm.
Because you never know, it actually might.
Yeah.
Like, it's worked out for me. I'm much happier now.
To be fair, I could say a very similar thing.
100%.
We met because I was plastering Sam's shed. And then now I've quit plastering. I'm, I've been building pallets. I've been fencing. Now I'm
Try
concreting.
it all.
Yeah,
I'm
you
doing
just-
that part time so I can try and be,
Yeah.
YouTuber, podcaster.
And
talk
like, you're
shit for a living.
taking a massive risk and you're
Yeah.
investing everything into it.
The last money I earned from plastering, I put into this podcast setup.
Yeah, exactly. It's the best thing you can do, I
Yeah.
reckon, when you're young and you've got the ability to. You don't have a house loan over your head or a kid to worry about. Then just take the biggest risk you can
Got a
find. And
79 and a dog.
I don't even have a dog yet.
Yeah.
Go on, big man.
I reckon
Businessman.
Sam. No, I reckon
No.
Sam. You're up
What's
first.
the best advice you've ever been
okay.
given?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't have I can give advice, but I haven't been told anything
Yeah, well, share
off
some
the top
advice,
of my
yeah.
head. It's more from experience.
Yeah.
One thing I think was great is just to move around. Like when I moved to Sunny Coast, move somewhere.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a sick spot, frothing it, got good mates, and you're happy, but you don't like grass can be greener on the other side. Like just spend 6 months in a
Nah,
different
grass is green where you
place.
water it, bro.
Oh yeah, man. It's green over here. It fucking rains every day.
Oh, fuck, tell me about it.
But just just move. Just go somewhere.
Yeah, travel.
Don't think about it too much. That was a big thing. And then the other thing is, it's like don't sweat the big stuff. Like I have people come to me and they're like, man, like oh, this shit's happening, that shit, like personal things, like does it stress you out? I'm like, no, it's a fucking challenge. Like bring it on. Like I don't worry about anything. Like I really couldn't give a fuck. And you see this.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen about Sam.
What?
I just don't give a fuck.
He
Just doing
does
that.
not fucking care.
No,
Like, I
not at all.
personally, I think my personality is a bit of a stress head.
Yeah.
Something goes wrong, I stress out. And I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Then I look at Sam. He's got issues that are 50 times bigger than mine because I'm worrying about fucking, I don't know, what I'm eating for breakfast.
Yeah.
Sam over here has got much bigger issues. And I'm like, how do you just not
Because
care?
who else cares, man? Do you care about my problems?
Oh, I look at him and go,
Only
"Fuck,
you
feel
are the
bad
only
for him."
person that
Well,
cares
he's sort
about
of
your own
works for you,
problems,
so
right?
he's gotta deal with
Okay,
them,
well, there's
but-
that.
Yeah.
But bro, like, you got it good, man. You're like living in Australia,
I
like.
think these two blokes here are probably more stressed about you and what you're
100%.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I live with a stress head, and it's not good.
Oh no.
But it's okay. So there's
a difference between not caring and not giving a fuck. Like
yeah. I mean,
not letting it get to you and neglecting it.
I go too far. I go too far.
We do have to repeat that. I don't think the mics would have picked that up.
Yeah.
Zach said there's a big difference between neglecting and not caring.
Yeah, I go
Yeah.
too far with it, which helps me. That's my little defense mechanism. But some things need to be addressed or whatever. But I still sit there and go, tomorrow's a new day. Who gives a fuck? So there's good and bad points out of that. But if it's making you stressed, then just, tomorrow's a new day. No one else gives a fuck about your problems but you, to be honest, unless it involves other people.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is just like finding what I love and just do it. Find a way to make money doing it. You don't need to make a lot of money.
Chase your passion.
I don't make as much money as I used to, and I'm still like broke as shit. People think I have all this stuff, but I just reinvest everything. Everything I make goes back into making builds, whatever. Like, I only do what I can afford, but it doesn't bother me because it's not work for me. So like, you can go back to making big money, but then you hear people whinge like, I fucking hate my job, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, what do you love to do? Make that your work. You might be making half the money, but you don't need extra money because you're not spending shit on like holidays and trying to, get away from work because every day is your happiness. Like, I love being in the shed, man. It was my birthday 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And the missus and everything's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to be in the shed. Like, I literally want to be in the shed all day. It's where I want
doing
to
what
be.
you love.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, like, you can't get me out of there. So that's the other thing that makes you happy. So, just find what you love and figure out how to make it work.
Still can't believe we skipped over your birthday. Like, I had no idea.
Dude, not gonna lie, I had a real bad thing happen on that day.
What?
So like, obviously, I see him every single day.
Yeah.
I should probably know. We had a tiler come to do a quote for the place, and he goes, "Happy birthday, Sam." And I was like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, just some random dude.
Some random
Nah,
tiler.
he's a mate of
like,
mine, but
a mate of Sam's, and he goes, "Oh, happy birthday, Sam." And I was like, "Fuck, what do you mean it's his birthday?"
No, it's because I didn't really care. 31, whatever. It's a random year.
And then it's even worse because like I seen a Facebook like thing come up, like obviously we're at his party. I was like, oh yeah, fuck, that was a good party. Yeah, no worries. I just blew it off. And then Mitch mentions it to me. I'm like, oh shit. And then I was like, just text him, happy birthday, man. And he's just like, I was like, crap. And he's like, yeah. So I was like, crap, I didn't even realize your birthday. You didn't tell anyone, man. You didn't tell anyone.
You kept it real quiet.
Well, I started thinking about it hard that day. What is a birthday?
Yeah.
Why do we celebrate another year? I mean, I guess it's another year of life.
That's a deep hole.
I'm
to go
getting
in.
deep there, but I was like, man, it's such a random celebration.
Yeah.
Like,
Are
we
we
celebrate
even
the
actually
randomest
here,
things,
man?
like birthday, invasion day, whatever. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
fuck.
Oh no.
It's Australia Day.
Jesus.
Can't get used to it.
Yeah.
Your last, big boy.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I have like a few different things. Like, I think everyone's going to call you crazy until it works.
Yep.
Like,
Yes.
everyone's going to call you crazy and like knock you down and call you just like, nah, that won't work, or laugh at you. And then it works, and then they want to join. And then they want to be part of your
Then they wanna be
team.
part of it,
Then they want to be a part of it.
If an idea is not crazy enough to follow, it's not worth following.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think that's,
Find something when people are like, this is stupid, don't do it.
Yeah. That's
Like
what I mean. Like,
VXC.
so many people will knock you down for an idea, and then it works, and then they're like, oh shit, and then they want to try to be part of the idea. So that's probably one major thing.
What's one idea that you had that's just like, what the fuck?
Padge is a perfect example of that.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Like, on a
no
small
one,
scale.
no one believed that.
Padge just
I was
comes
like,
full
no.
circle.
No
We're
one
not
believed
doing
that.
this.
Yeah.
And you know what was funny? I was about that. Like, I was like, this is gonna actually go well. Like, I originally I had no one planned. I was just so far. It was my idea. Come on to it. I was like, yep, sweet. I'm like, this will go so well. Everyone was like, nah, it's a shit. It won't work. It won't work.
Originally, it was like me, you,
Yeah,
Alec, Mitch.
yeah. It was like pretty much like it was like won't work. I was like, whatever. Sam didn't want a bar of it, and then we got in the car and we were starting to travel. And I said to like, I got in the car. I was like, if like this will go trending. Like I was so confident that was like this will go trending on YouTube. This will go trending on YouTube, and like. No one was like, everyone didn't really say much, and then it went trending on YouTube. Yeah. It went trending on Sam's. Then
I remember Ali Hodge saying like, "That's the dumbest idea I've ever seen."
Yeah.
3 months later, she's doing the same thing.
She's doing the same thing. Yeah, and then like for instance, like when they went trending on my account, first video ever to go trending, it was like, wow, like that's crazy. Yeah. And then on top of that, then I started seeing like in Facebook posts, Instagram posts. Oh, who wants to do Cape York and like cheap cars? And it started, and I was like, see, everyone like hated it, and then it just came true. So that was like a major thing. Like it's crazy until it works, really. Yeah. Same thing. If you're pretty much under, if you haven't got like, even if you do, but it's a lot easier if you don't. If you haven't got a mortgage, you haven't got loans, you're not locked down somewhere. Fuck around and find out. Yeah, like that's the easiest way I can say. If you're not fucking around, you are never gonna find out.
True.
So that's why,
That's why you don't have a house yet.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Like I'm
in the same boat.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I mean. Like I pretty much wanted to just keep fucking around finding out, and then if I buy a house in the future, I will. I don't think personally I actually will buy one for a long time. Like I consider myself making more money than sitting on a house at the moment. Just in business side of things.
Yeah, it makes sense. It works for me because I need it to work out of.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Like, I wouldn't have bought otherwise. It's pretty fucked when you like have a mortgage to pay and shit. Like, no good.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like that's It's just it depends on what your living terms are. Obviously, like if you've got little ones, like if you have like the loans in the house, or if you've gone out, if you're trapped. Like I see a lot of things like the mining industry. That's another massive one. Yeah. I see it all the time. Mining industry, like these young blokes go out to the mining industries. They go, oh, I'm going to go out there and kill it and make so much money. They do. Like, don't get me wrong. They go out there. They do fly in, fly out. They make a lot. They make a lot of money, but they're sitting in these dongers and these mining camps.
The mental side of it is huge offset for them.
They're sitting in the dongers by themselves after a day of work, after 12 hours, and they're like counting down the days till they get home. They get home. They feel like they've missed out on so much, so they go out and buy these jet skis, car loans, you name it. They're buying it as like an offset of their happiness when they get back. And then they get caught in this vicious cycle of all these loans they've got racked up now because they get approved for them because they're earning the money they're earning. Yeah. And then they get trapped in the mines. Like you see the amount of let's look at like the mines. There's all the 40 to 50-year-olds that have got like 10 different kids, like divorced, hate their life, but they have to be in there. They have to be in there.
They can't afford to like leave.
They legit can't.
All the shit they've racked up.
Yeah, exactly right. Like
if you're not racking up loans, you're racking lines, man. Like if you come back from the mines, you got a week off.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you felt like you've missed out on so much, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna go back and do this, do that. And I'm seeing it right now. I see so many people doing it, and I think to myself, like, if you've got an idea or got a plan to get in there and get out, so be it. But I hear so many people say that, and then it just goes down the drain instantly because their mental health just goes to shit.
Dude, you're stuck out there, and it's like some operators, especially like a lot of people that listen to the potty. This is their entertainment. People are listening to this right now. They've been on a machine for 15 hours, and they're listening to a podcast. That's their entertainment out there. They've got no one else to talk to, no one else to listen to. They sit in a donger all by themselves at night time. They might get an hour or two morning and night where they get to breakfast and dinner, chat with a few boys. Like that's a pretty lonely day when you're doing that 7 days a week. Like 100%. It's tough.
Yeah, 100%. Like if you're in there, like don't get me wrong, if you're in there and you're making bank and you've got the goal and you can actually get your head around it, that's sick. That's epic. Yeah. Or if you're in the whole different opposite, like then there's blokes that don't even have a house. Like they go work in the mines and their week off they're traveling and that's what they love to do. They froth that. Like that's sick. But it's like when they start doing dumb financial decisions and get stuck in the mines, that's where it actually starts really gets you and gets your mental health for sure. But that's what I like. To overwrap
good money, but there is every job's gonna have a positive and negative.
It's literally the male version of OnlyFans. You
Bro,
go
I
in,
was just
get in,
thinking
get
that.
out,
I was just
make
thinking
bank,
that.
and don't get stuck in because girls go on OnlyFans and they get stuck in it.
Yeah,
same
except
shit.
The boys have got to motherfucking
Work.
work.
No,
They gotta
it's
put
work
in the
being an
fucking
OnlyFans, man. You gotta
work,
get your
man.
body looking good. I don't know, fucking.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
them boys put in the hours, man.
Yeah, I know.
They're
It's
going
hard
through
work.
That's
shit that I
awesome.
looked at and went, fuck that.
That's
I'll
what
leave
we're
that
built
to
to
you
do,
boys.
man.
Keep Australia
Mm.
running, boys. That's on you.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. Hats off to them.
Yeah,
it's gnarly.
difficult one. Michael, you giggling?
Why are you laughing at
I want
that?
to say something, but I really don't.
No, say it.
Just
We'll
say
believe
it,
it if
just
it's
delete
bad.
it.
All right, shout out
Definitely.
to the women hustle, but there's a few
You know, it's
kids
bad when
who
Sam
Yeah.
tries to back out, but he's like, "Oh no!"
Oh,
no.
shit. Oh shit! No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about OnlyFans. Like you do you, but yeah, that's I got. That's I mean, I got an opinion, but yeah, I don't know. It's like if you can make bank off it and you can invest your money in it and get out before your bits don't look like what they look like, then then yeah, may as well, whatever. But
Cut.
yeah, it's pretty big cut.
Oh, thanks for joining the podcast, boy.
No, I'm on the same page for it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Run your own race, do your thing if that's what you want to be
Yeah.
doing. Like, I mean, 10 years ago, people were sending nudes for free and now they can monetize it. Go for it.
Yeah,
if you're
it's
making
the
bank,
weirdest concept. I don't know how it
congratulations.
worked, man. The
But-
guy who invented OnlyFans,
Yeah.
same deal. Everyone would have said he was crazy. What a fucking stupid idea. Porn's free,
Mm.
man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Next minute.
I still say the same thing, but there's also the side of it, like, you're going to be, I'm losing my train of thought a little bit, but I'll get there. You can get your OnlyFans, do all that, pay for it, whatever it might be. Just when you get out of it, pick to get out of it.
Yes.
And then I had a really good follow up to that. Now I fucking lost my train of thought.
Damn it.
Fuck.
Like,
Tune in next week.
yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
poor people have it. Rich people want
All right, we're
it.
back to this now, are we?
And if you drink it, you die. You still don't know?
No idea.
Oh, okay, go. Oh, any more questions?
Here we got one more question. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Fucking hell.
Yeah, this is a random one. Just to throw it in there to turn things up.
Teleport.
Teleportation.
Get fucking heaps done, bro. I could have had a shit in my own toilet just then.
The ability,
it's
the
not-
ability of not having to sleep.
Oh,
you imagine
Nah, I don't
how
know about
much-
that, eh?
Dude, we can easily get that. It's
Sleep's
called crack.
sick.
It's called
Switch
meth,
on-
man.
There's
It's
a
called
pill for that.
methamphetamines, man. Like that would definitely give you that ability not to sleep. You could be only a day off till Christmas, my dude.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, look, but there's downsides. If it's a superpower, I wouldn't have withdrawals.
You ever thought about
Yeah, but-
duplication?
Like, imagine like if you get super fit, you would be happy all day, and then obviously
Wait,
don't
what drug is this?
methamphetamines. Did I even say it right? But anyway,
Man.
yeah, you'd be really productive, man.
I think methanol's good. Same thing. Nah, dude, that's a stupid idea. Like, you always switched on.
Yeah.
How good?
No, you'd be like...
Bro, never getting tired. Like, always just, bro, imagine the fucking work. Like, you could work. You could do so
That's a
much.
shit
if
idea.
you had...
almost
10
the
more
best
hours
bit of
in
my
the
day
day.
is just like to lay down, do nothing
Yeah, but
for
imagine
a
if you
bit.
didn't have to.
Yeah, but what if you could
But I
clone
enjoy
yourself?
that. You don't enjoy sleep? You sleep like a motherfucker. You're the best sleeper I know.
I
This
can
guy
s-
will just sleep,
Bro, he'll
like, through
sleep anywhere.
anything.
Really,
Anywhere.
I can
Except
sleep.
Michael's snoring next to him.
Yeah, so, no, if you didn't have to sleep, you could just work. Like, you wouldn't have to stop, and you could just... Imagine the amount of shit you could get done if you didn't have to sleep. Imagine the money you could make. You just kick back and relax. for a
almost
Shit.
like wishing to be immortal, which I think is also shit.
I'd hate to be immortal, but not being able to sleep would be sick.
Same sort of thing. Like, you're always on. Like, you can never stop. You never die. You never...
But I feel like with the ability of not being able to sleep, you'd probably come that stage. Like, you'd get used to it. Because obviously, as a human being,
Dude,
you're
you
like,
go
oh, I need
psychotic.
to
I
sleep.
get tired of
stop.
living, man. That's the weirdest
yours,
answer ever.
Michael?
What's yours?
I reckon I'd want to be like the Ditto Pokemon. Like you could just change like characters and shapes and shit.
Go.
Yeah, my idea was weird.
To be other
So,
people
so you
or
want to be a
objects?
shapeshifter?
Like you could be objects.
Be
You could be people.
Fucking
You could even be
transformer
people.
over here.
You could be even people.
I'm pretty sure that's just a
That's-
shapeshifter.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
just like
Just cut this bit out, but this is just for the boys. I gotta say, no, he won't cut it out. He won't cut it out.
You have to already
Mark
cut
it.
You already have to cut out a bit. You've got to cut out.
mark it.
There's
We
already
marking it?
deep, yeah, dissing people in the lines. You got to cut that out.
You're right.
What is it?
You
Like-
gotta be right.
Imagine it. Like, yeah, just shapeshift to anything. Like, you could
Imagine
be,
if what,
you could
though?
be like a,
Go on,
Be a
Neil,
chick?
cut it out, cut
What do you
it
want to
out.
be, a
you
girl?
could be like a toilet bowl.
What the fuck, bro?
Be a toilet seat,
Oh my god.
depending on who's near it. But
Michael's a
Bro.
toilet seat sitting there with Lizzo.
oh lady,
I'd love to sit on
oh
you.
Jesus. No, like imagine, you could shapeshift. You could do anything really. Like, you could be anything you want. That's a superpower. Is that a superpower?
This is
Look,
really-
out of all the things you could be, down a toilet seat would be high on my list.
Yeah, look, that's really Theo Vaughn of me. I don't know.
Why do you want to be? You might as well just be a piece of shit. Well, you already are.
Oh my
one, but-
god! Hey yo! Oh no! I thought this was a podcast, not a mixed roast session.
Hey man, it can be whatever you want it to be.
Oh, I just found this reclines. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Except you got a table in front of you.
Yeah, it's a
I
bit
actually do like those podcasts that you just jump on the they just roast like people. They get guests in. They just roast them
Dude,
for half
Which
hour.
podcast is that?
Two
Like
bears,
that Bobby-
one
that-
cave,
that-
like Theo Von.
Yeah,
Oh,
Theo Von, Bobby Altoff, is it?
Yeah.
And they
Just so
fuck with people.
serious. Like right now, if I was Bobby, I was like,
Oh yeah.
"So
yeah.
what do you do for a job?
Can I have some of your money? What?
What
you,
makes
you've
you?
got
What,
lots of
what
money.
makes
Give it
what
to
makes,
me.
on
what
turtles.
makes what makes you think I got money?
You've got a nice haircut.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with money?
Your expensive barber costs money.
Yeah, look, I don't understand how Michael likes these podcasts. That sucks.
No, have you seen Ben Bobby? She's on
You have
TikTok.
never met she on TikTok.
She interviewed Drake in his bed. They were
Yeah.
playing footsies in the fucking bedroom.
Oh, wait, another one was, has anyone gone, and this is actually a shout out to him, it's really, really boring but funny at the same time, but the therapist gecko?
The
No.
what?
The therapist gecko.
No.
Type in the therapist gecko on Spotify. It's a guy that's dressed up in like green, a gecko.
On
And he-
Spotify
What
or
and
the
he-
YouTube?
fuck do you
He gets,
watch
people,
late
he
at
gets, he
night?
gets people to call in and it's like tells him about problems. He's like, yeah.
We may
okay,
have
it's
to
like a
cut this, but
call-in
every
line.
single
It's a
time I
call-in.
put a question box up or someone goes live, it's this guy going,
Yep.
Ram Ranch,
Ram
Jeffrey
Ranch.
Epstein. Like-
Yeah, we said that today. Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, there's always something.
Who was in the list? Jeffrey Epstein, Trump, and Matt Baker. Okay, let's not put that in. We'll bleep that out.
So sorry to Maddie.
No, I love you,
He's
Matt.
clocking
Last
it.
30 minutes are just going to get cut and people aren't going to understand why we're laughing.
There might
Well,
be a
if
lot
you
of
made it this far,
censor plates.
congratulations. But if
Yeah.
you had one of three people at a table to have dinner with, who would it be?
Oh,
God.
that's hard, isn't it?
Jesus.
You know who mine's always been?
Who?
Troy Candy and Justin Monticello. Like, this is talking like 3 or 4 years ago.
People you sort of like
It's
know or
fun.
just anyone in the world?
This was like a realistic table talk for me.
Yeah, right.
Like, I feel like I'd get more out of like Justin and Troy than I would out of Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
like they're Aussie entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I'm
It's
fine,
funny because
yeah.
I've like had dinner with like both of them now.
Yeah.
But yeah, who would yours be? Like relatable, like legit, not like God, although that'd be cool. Like, who would you get the most out of right now?
Jeez, I don't know. I'd love to sit down with probably Travis Pastrana.
Yeah.
Just followed him for fucking years.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it would probably be the next person. It could be one of two. It'd be either Jace McAfee, which is Gypsy Tales, or Joe Rogan.
Yes, well, yeah, that's good.
Crazy.
Makes
I would
sense
love
for
to
you.
sit down with Theo Von
Still don't know who the.
and just pick his brain.
What?
And then, like,
Theo
that-
Von, the comedian.
Oh, he like looks like a
Damn,
country
makes you wanna
singer.
kick a
Yeah,
fat kid
okay,
at
yeah.
So he's,
What?
he
That's
just,
random.
he's just fun. Like, he's
Okay,
funny. I just
yeah,
want
he's
to pick
cool.
his brain because he's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'd love to sit down with Adrian Patelli for dinner because he's just
Mm.
like rags to riches, very smart businessman. I'd just love to pick his brain,
yeah.
see if he'd
I was
reveal
given
anything.
that
though.
opportunity. I sat down at dinner and he just bought us the whole top level of the Pussycat Strip Club.
Yeah.
That was my night with him.
Nice.
We were meant to get this really because I went to their like conference.
Yeah.
And like I paid extra to do the VIP dinner. Got a little chat with him, but he was just like he just bought the strippers for us, and we had lots of shots. It was a good night, but like,
You wanted some
oh,
business.
I wanted sober Adrian.
Mm. I don't know. It's a hard one. I reckon I would want to sit down with. Mine are always really funny, like not funny, but just weird. I reckon
Stephen Hawking.
a local crackhead. I
No,
reckon
seriously.
Bro, I can line that
Oh,
up tomorrow
okay.
for you.
All right.
So,
if it's not serious, it'd be like a local crackhead, the server owner, so they could talk about each other's battles they have against each other.
yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
So you let them go at it.
No. Like, obviously the crackhead would hate the server owner, and the owner servo owner had the crackhead, so you could hear about both sides of their stories and decide who's actually
Why
right
would a
and wrongs.
crackhead had a servo?
Because like they might not be obviously giving them free durries. Yeah, or racking their stuff off the shelves or whatever it may be.
Okay.
But no, if we're actually talking serious, I actually don't know. I would say I'd want to sit down with. That's one thing I actually didn't think about. I don't know who.
You're too busy sitting there thinking about. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
do the
I
crackhead
was.
answer.
I was really thinking about
All right,
crackhead
well, let's move
answers
on.
and
We're never going to
servo.
hear Michael's
Yeah,
answer because he
Yeah,
fucked it.
yeah. Whoopsie.
Is there anyone that's like, like past legends that you'd love to meet? These questions are just adding on.
Ken Block.
Oh, that'd
What do
be
you mean
sick.
past? He was alive last year. That's. I think you're talking about
Yeah,
Thomas
that's-
Edison.
Huh? No, like I'm talking like you got
Okay.
blokes
yeah,
like
makes
Ken
sense.
Block, like you know, there's Elvis and I don't know people like that.
Yeah,
one.
fuck them. They're all not relevant.
Yeah, no,
anyway.
yeah. Look,
Yeah.
I've never
Nothing that
been
interests
into
you.
history, so yeah. I guess I live in the future.
Oh, I want to fucking meet one of them people that made the pyramids.
Oh, that'd be good.
I want
Ooh,
to know how they made the pyramids.
time travel.
Like it doesn't look that hard, but I'd like to speak to one of them.
Doesn't look that hard.
I can get
Excuse
you.
me, I have a
I can-
question for you.
Yeah,
How did you build
I
that fucking
I
thing?
can get you onto a guy that builds pyramid schemes.
That's a type of pyramid.
Close enough. Yeah. that
You
works
need to
enough.
title this episode "Our Podcast Just Pyramid Schemes." It's just the theme of this
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think the pyramids were not. I think
Is
pyramids. The
built
pyramids.
not bought a pyramid scheme.
Oh my god, it is not. I cannot stress that
Do you
enough.
think we all live in the same now?
No, it's
what?
nah.
Like mine now, my present, and you are here.
Like you could be
But are
dead.
you living in your brain in like 10 years' time? Like, are we
No.
in the same now?
Like we're all dead. We're all dead, and we're all living what we want to see and like how we want to play out.
So it's a simulation.
Fuck that half this
Pretty-
life I don't want to be in anyway. So I'm not living where I want to be.
Oh, talking about if we're going this deep, why can we never ever punch in our dreams? Like, have you noticed your punches are just shit?
Bro,
Like,
I don't know what
If you
dreams
see a
you have,
toilet,
but I ain't
if you see a
punching
toilet in
shit.
your dreams, never
I don't
piss.
dream.
Yeah, right.
You don't dream.
What?
Do you guys dream?
Yeah, I dream. I
I
dream.
have some mad
like-
dreams.
Yeah,
It's like-
that's what I mean. Mitch is like the gnarliest sleeper
Yeah,
ever.
like, if
He's
you're-
just
You're
like
a real
out.
deep sleeper.
Because
If
you
you're-
only dream when you're like not
Correct.
in deep sleep.
Like, if you're trying, like, in your dreams, like, you're trying to fight somebody, or why can't you run? Like, that's what I've realized. I can't run and I can't fight in my dreams. Like, you got to punch, but they never ever just connect. And like, I'm not the only one because I'll be scrolling through Instagram reels or
He's
something,
got to-
and there was so many reels that are related to this, and I'm like, sweet, at least I'm not the only one.
I haven't thought that specifically about a
Yeah,
punch or a
no.
run, but I do know when you want to get away from something in a dream,
Yeah.
you can't. Like you're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
stuck. You're like, why can't I get away?
Isn't there a theory about dreaming? Like, if you die in your dream, you die in real life. Isn't there some weird theory about that?
No,
I don't
the
know.
only
Because
thing I've
I-
have you
heard
ever
is,
had a
like,
dream where you're about to die and you
Yes.
just boom, wake
yes.
up?
Yeah.
I've been hit like if a bus. I've been hit by a bus
Well, you probably just didn't die.
and then woken up. Yeah. So I guess you
Yeah.
don't get the dying part, but I definitely felt. I've had some falling
does that
dreams
sort of
where you
mean
like
that-
wake up before you land. But I remember I've hit the ground a couple of times. Like
Yeah.
I felt the hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
And like then you wake up.
Agreed,
Like,
you hit
fuck
the-
that hurt.
Hit the
like,
ground, and then you wake up and you're like, fuck, yeah, you're like, fuck.
You're a
that's
little
hurt.
bit worried. You're like, normally
Yeah.
I wake up before I hit the ground. That time
yeah,
it hurt.
yeah. But in saying that, like when you wake up, there's no better feeling. Or there's like
Oh,
it's just
bro,
in your
this-
dreams,
oh.
or in your dreams, you'll be dreaming right, and everything's
Fucking
going
hell.
wrong. Like
Oh,
your
man.
car got stolen, you're chasing after it's got
Yeah,
burnt
yeah.
down, and it feels real as hell. Like
Oh,
it's just
hell yeah.
So real.
and
You
you're-
wake up and you
Thank
go outside and
fuck.
check your car's still
you're
there.
losing
Yeah.
it in your dream. Like you just realize like everything's just burnt down around you. Like
Bitch can't relate.
and then
How do you not dream, bro?
and then you wake up and it's
You
and
don't
it's
remember.
not happened, and you're like you're just so thankful.
Yeah.
I've had like a few dreams in my life.
Oh, here we go.
Probably like no, probably only like 4 or 5, and like I can't really remember them like
Yeah,
clearly
you
at all.
normally
But I
can't.
just do not dream at all.
That's hard. That's good.
Yeah.
We gotta get
You
that.
have it in a dialogue.
If this was any other podcast,
Like, can you talk to yourself?
with your own voice in your head. Oh, 100%.
So it's there. You got a conscience.
I've got a thing like
You're
I
alive.
picked up on
Only
this after
50%
like
of people
years.
Have it in a dialogue.
What?
You know what's interesting? Some people can't like picture an apple in your head. Some people
Yeah.
can't picture an apple. Like
Yeah.
it comes out as like I can see
Like
it.
a
It's red.
photographic
It's,
memory sort of.
yeah, it's.
In a
yeah.
dialogue, I'm trying to think, like people don't talk to themselves.
No, you definitely.
Like yell at Zach in your head and go "fuck you, Zach," but in your brain. There's a voice
No, I don't
there,
think
right?
that's sort of how it works.
No, like, but you have a voice in your head that
Oh yeah.
you've got that.
like
Some people don't have that inner voice.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. It's
I've got a weird thing when I dream. It's like PTSD from like death wobbles on bikes or something, and I'll have weird dreams where like there's just something going wrong, and I'll just like shake and then wake up.
Yeah.
And it's just
Oh,
weird.
hectic.
I've had it for years. Don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's hectic.
Yeah.
Like, I think, yeah, definitely,
About to
waking
die on
up.
death wobbles.
yeah, waking up is probably the best part.
Fucking hell.
I definitely agree. There was something else I was about to say.
Shout out
about
to waking
dreams.
up.
Yeah. No. That's what I was about to say. If this was any other podcast, it'd be like, Mitch would be like, "Do you dream?" He's like, "Nah, I only dream about success."
Oh, those fucking quotes online and shit. Like,
Those people that sit in like a black room and film a podcast and are like, "This is how I make my millions.
yeah, literally.
Books, my knowledge, my success,
I
motivated."
sold an oversized jumper. And
Actually-
now I'm fucking rich.
You know who's really good for like success, setting your life up podcast is Rob Dyrdek
Yeah, right.
from Fantasy Factory. His podcast is sick.
He's American.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
You,
No,
you would
I've
have seen
seen
it.
him.
You like Robin Big and Fantasy Factory and all that stuff on MTV.
Mm.
There's massive, man.
I don't know. I haven't seen him. Eh?
Yeah. Ridiculousness.
The TV show.
Yeah. He's the host of that.
Oh, right.
yeah,
like,
that guy.
He's like a fucking Nitro Circus dude.
No.
Where's he from?
America.
What does he do?
Like entertainment.
I swear he's like part of the Nitro
He's
Circus
like-
crew.
Nah, he's like YouTube and all that sort of stuff. But
I
like
know
he's
you
done a
mean
bit
that.
with Nitro Circus, but as like more commentary sort of
Yeah,
type
okay, right.
thing, I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah,
yeah.
no shit.
No, he does really good podcasts on like setting yourself up and your
Mm.
life and that, which I'm shit at.
Plan for the future.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing was actually going back on that whole situation of what was the best advice?
Mm.
Sometimes social media can be all smoke and mirrors as well.
100%.
Some people, yeah, definitely can be smoke and mirrors. Just
It's a highlight brochure of your life.
yeah.
100%.
Obviously,
So I
not
mean,
gonna,
like the new vlog thing is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
relatable, real. Like
Yeah.
none of this highlight reel crap. Like what you're actually doing.
100%. Like some people will go out and like obviously go finance the like AMG G wagon or whatever it may be,
Mm.
and then everyone must think like, oh Jesus, they got a lot of money. But it's like, nah, brother, they're living week to week,
Fucking
just trying to
oath.
pay
yeah.
that thing. If you can't buy it twice, don't buy it at all.
Yeah. But then also, poor
Wow.
man pays twice. So do you want to buy it twice or pay twice? You got to be in the middle. You'll be middleman. You'll be working
Yeah.
class middleman.
Yeah, agreed.
Bit on.
Get on.
Bit on.
I just don't think
Oh.
money brings happiness. Like,
Are we gonna bring up where the
Nah,
poor started?
That money brings satisfaction. Not
temporary
happiness.
satisfaction.
I think you're only going to make yourself satisfied for a little bit of time, and then it just dies off.
That's why you find a mate with a cool car and fucking use that. Don't buy
That's
it
why we
yourself.
get you as a friend.
That's why.
You just do
You
all
want to
this
drive
cool
the
shit.
XC?
Sure. I got to drive the
Okay.
80.
You
That
can
was
drive
sick.
whatever you want, man. I don't give a fuck.
You got
Well,
a quad bike.
I'm
we
giving
jump that
Michael
shit.
my car
yeah,
this year.
cheers,
Yeah,
Sammy
cheers,
for
bud.
the cheers,
Yeah.
Sammy for the car this year. I do appreciate it.
Look after her.
Yeah, I will. Obviously, yeah, I will.
Like
Yeah,
I said, you're the one who looks after a car more than I do.
yeah. I was gonna say
I'm
you'll
like,
you'll
send it.
yeah you'll come back from the Simpson and all these trips and stuff, and you'll be like, hang on, it's come back in better condition than we did it.
Yeah.
But no, it'll be
Tomorrow's a little bit touch and go because
Yeah,
he
tomorrow
knows it's
is.
about to get rebuilt. So like you can
Mm.
fuck it if you want.
yeah. I've
Bro,
had,
You
I've
know
had-
we're getting new doors, new guards.
yeah, I know a lot about what's going
Just
down.
watch the seals because we're keeping the cab.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing I was thinking about. I was like, ooh,
No slow.
I'm
Um,
surprised you're not doing a full cab swap.
There's too much been done to that cab.
We are doing a full cab. swap.
No, there's too much been done. You
Yeah.
don't know how much internal work
Yeah.
I've done with that cab.
There's a lot going on.
Just with wiring and setting up and like conversion stuff and things I put in.
Yeah.
Too many fucking holes to drill if I get a new cab.
We won't have to
Like
drill
it's
100 holes. we can
Those
just drill
youth cabs,
one.
you need a full dash swap, wiring, indicators. Like it's too much work.
Yeah.
It's already got the S4 conversion inside, all that.
True.
Cab's fine. Like we'll do new body work, but
Yeah.
the cab's sweet.
What
No
about the
rust in
tray?
it.
Are you doing the same as what you've done with the other ones?
Just
Build
gonna
your own?
fix it up, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that tray. Like it's got damage, but we'll just repair it. So
There you go.
plan is like to have the tray, but just redo the under boxes and get it all repowder coated
Everything
and
is
painted.
It's
thinking of
smashed.
making it gloss maybe
Mm.
instead of like the matte black.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
think of like Kraken Cruiser. He's got gloss everything.
Bro, it's
It's just
so
a-
tidy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
like
epic.
everyone goes like the matte black bull bar and that, but like just gloss it up. Like I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how it would look, but
Well, I'm
We'll do some
hoping
different
that
shit on
we
it.
can obviously be there displayed with that ute for if you are down in Sydney, Melbourne.
yeah, it'll
that
be
you-
there by then.
Yeah,
What's Breezy show from now? It's what, a month
Oh,
away.
5 weeks.
yeah, it's coming up fast.
It's very quick. And then what? 8 weeks to 7 weeks for Rocky Nuts.
Yeah, we wanted to push for
coming
Rocky Nuts, but I don't
quick.
think we will.
Yeah.
I don't think
No,
we
I
will.
won't
because
get any
Focus
work
is on
done in
XC
March.
at the moment, isn't it?
Pardon?
Like,
Yeah, it will be, but I won't get any work done in March because there's too many events. Like
Yeah.
the XC will be done by then.
every weekend.
But yeah, like
It's
like
nuts.
6 weeks in a row. There's something on every weekend.
There's-
Well, what's
Yeah.
Brizzy show? You basically there the Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah,
You're there
that
till
takes
the
out half
Monday,
the
Sunday,
week.
Monday.
But before that, we've got Superior Engineering like off-road weekend. I got to go to.
Yep.
And then there's like we've got Matsuri, big 3-day drift event, and then we got Rocky Nuts.
There's
and
like
then,
even before the show, there's a week of prep,
Yeah.
yeah,
like
just getting
organising
shit
merch,
organised.
getting shit packed, ready
True.
to go. Like there's a full week just of setting shit up for the show. You lose a whole week there, so
Mm.
realistically, we've got 4 weeks.
Jeez.
Should have the motor running next week.
That'd
But
be
I've said
cool.
that for the last few weeks.
We just gotta wait for.
question, but you have to repeat it.
Oh
Hey?
yes, what's the question?
If you,
If you-
mainly for you two,
mainly
if
for
you
you
had
two.
free reign to choose the next build, what would it be?
On my channel,
If you had
Yeah.
free range to what? Choose the next build. What would it be?
Oh,
Yeah, right.
What do you think
I
we
kind
should
of
build?
so to be honest, I've kind of chosen my build, and I want it for a while. Like it was in discussion for a little bit of like I wanted the GU, like I wanted the GU.
so
on the
that'll be
channel.
good for the channel. Like,
yeah.
that's a
I
rebuild, that's
wanted,
good.
yeah, I wanted. That's what I wanted. I wanted the GU to be rebuilt for the channel.
So I got a lot of
to,
direction to go, right? Like
Yeah.
we've tried drifting is another angle, but it's not
yeah,
not gonna work for a build.
no,
Like the XC is done. Like that's just like a wacky shit. Do
yeah,
something like the Hilux is a relatable low budget thing,
yeah.
but trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, I reckon if we had to do something next, like I said, I was happy with Patrol, but if you had to do something after that, I reckon jumping into maybe even not even like I wouldn't go near a modern 4-drive. Like I wouldn't go into a new N80.
No, I don't want to
wouldn't
either.
go
I'm not
into-
into that shit.
Forget about
They're
what's
just
good-
bolt-ons,
Forget about
though.
what's good for the channel. Just what would you?
Yeah,
like,
oh,
what's
what
the
would-
build
what would you
that
do?
they, like,
Yeah.
that would just be sick
Disregarding
to do?
channel, like what's good, what's bad. I probably would do. I would love to do. It's not legal, but I would love to do a patrol chassis, like a patrol chassis, a LS in it, like a supercharged LS setup, and then do like a angry MP300, like body on it.
Yeah.
So you've got like a patrol, you've got the like a sick motor setup, and then you've got the comfiness and like the looks of an MP300.
Yo.
It's a Navara. I reckon that would be sick. Quarter round, supercharged LS.
That's one of those things that's in your fucking head. I can't picture it.
Yeah, I know.
No, like I'm thinking out of everything, an MP body. Like why?
I don't know. I think they look
Yeah,
really
what the
good.
fuck?
I think they look.
That
I think,
looks weird. It's like a
yeah.
bit
Yeah.
buggy looking, like round.
Yeah, I
It
think they look. I
reminds
think
me
they
of that
look
60
good.
series that's on an F350 chassis.
See,
It's
I'd love to build like an F truck, like the old school F trucks or like Chevy trucks, like the square bodies.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. It's yeah,
Well, we've got
definitely.
that coming up.
Yeah, we do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
We've got
Mitch?
the old F truck build.
I think I would actually want to build one of those. You know, those Isuzu trucks, those 4x4,
The big
the
canted
massive
type.
ones. I would love
Yeah.
to do like fully sick
They're sick.
canopy toy hauler kind of like one of those builds and just tour, upgrade all the interior.
I never see myself building a truck.
Yeah.
If
I
anything,
think
a
they're
ramp
Wait,
truck.
you know what's
I
really
think they're
sick lately
sick.
is those mini like K trucks.
Oh, bro, okay, 100%.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
small.
Just
Bro,
as
I
like a
have been-
shop's part truck.
Bro, I've been trying to get Sam into one of them for
Dude.
so long. They're fucking sick.
That'd be the
They're
ultimate
pretty hard
parts
to
truck.
find.
Dude, they're
Yeah,
like
we do.
15 grand.
Need a parts truck.
Bro, you can get like a cheap one for a few grand and then fix
Yeah.
it. Put a different. You can put any motor in them. You can put like an R1 in them.
Dude,
always have-
Seaboys TV put a higher booster motor in it.
That.
Yeah.
They're
Bro.
fucking hammers.
Get some inspiration from Grindhub Plumbing Co. They're
Yeah,
random
yeah.
shit. We're gonna do a quad build, turn into a Tesla Cybertruck.
Falling quad.
Dude, Whistle and
Mitch is
Diesel's
obsessed with the quad.
Whistle and Diesel's mechanics putting a Tesla motor in a jet boat.
Yeah, right.
That's cool.
That's gnarly.
I don't know how it worked, but
Just letting viewers know the most reliable car that's at BNB at the moment is the quad. I'd say that takes- I would say the quad. I would say by
but it's
far.
fucked too.
I know, but this
Bro,
quad,
that'd be-
right? So this quad Sam bought when he
Broke my
decided to
heels.
jump off a building and break his heels.
a year ago actually.
A
It's
year
been
ago,
out for a
year
year.
ago. So he bought this electric quad. I thought it was like petrol the whole time until I seen it. I was like, "Hang on, what? This electric?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "This thing's gonna go like horrible, like as a kid's electric quad."
Spider-Man.
But I shit you not, it has pulled out a bogged forklift. It has moved a car trailer around.
Yeah, it'll tow a car trailer.
It can tow a car trailer around the yard. It can flat tow the cars. Like, it is actually stupid of how much torque this thing has.
But it's got
It's
Spider-Man
fast.
Me and
fairings
Mitch
on
were
it.
jumping it one day with like car ramps and shit with pallets and stuff.
But guess how much you think that costs?
Oh, like you'd think it'd cost $1,000 max.
There's $3.5 grand.
It's $3.5 grand.
So it's not a fucking toy.
No, but like it
It's not
literally is a
bad, but
Spider-Man.
If you've
quad.
got kids, that's a pretty affordable market. When you're talking brand new bikes these days,
It's just because
8,
of the
10
just
plus
because of the
grand.
Spider-Man shit. It's like a $3.5 grand Spider-Man quad.
Dude,
Yeah.
that
But when
thing
we build it
hauls
into like
ass.
a proper Cybertruck looking thing,
Well, we're gonna lock the diff.
yeah, that needs to be done.
Yeah,
Lock because it's open
definitely.
center. It sucks. So
you
when
can't
do
do like drifts and burnouts.
No, when
and
you do a
No.
drift or
donuts.
like you get bogged pretty
Lifts
easy.
the wheel.
But if you need to tow a car, quad's your guy. When we had
Yeah.
that massive storm, I towed a whole tree away with it. The quad doesn't
I
fuck
can't
around.
keep Mitch off it. Bro,
Also-
he like needs to go pick up like a fucking pair of pliers. He'll jump on the quad and go get it. Or like,
yeah,
or the other end of the
Parts
spectrum,
of
instead
steel.
of something small, something big, there's like 5 boxes. He's like, I'm going to try and stack the Leaning Tower of Pisa on the quad and bring it back. He's
Yeah.
like holding this fucking thing.
spare wheels.
Bro.
The funniest thing as well is like the first time I got to go on that quad, I was like, sweet. There's like a little hill climb, like a little hill at Sam's. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get up this.
Is that the one in the driveway?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave it full berries up it. Shat bricks halfway up as it ran out of huff and puff. Grabbed all of the brake and then it flipped right back over on me and rolled back down the hill on top of me. And that was probably the worst experience I've had with the quad.
Dude, the same
You
thing
know
happened
what-
to me
you know what
because
you just
you
did
didn't
there?
believe that I
What?
could do a bloody
You-
wheel stand
you-
on sit
you were-
down.
You were living by your word. Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just fuck around and find out. I was like, no worries, I'll get
I'll
up
just
this.
fuck around and find out.
Yeah,
my life.
yeah, definitely. Like fuck around moments, like chopping your thumb off. I did that too.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
chopped
lost
off
my
a car
nail,
trailer.
see?
Oh, rough. Is that still from?
That's the one that
yeah,
Mitch put
wow,
a drill
that's a
through.
Bro, why
Wow,
does your
now.
finger look so short?
Well,
Not too
probably
bad.
because there's no nail.
I don't know. It just looked
But
really
it
like.
fell off the other day, and there's a half nail growing under it. It's pretty gnarly.
Why are your fingers so long?
Yeah, your long is.
It's the only thing long on my
Sam's
body.
got the fucking chorizo fingers, and Big Mac's over here with the cabana fingers.
What do you got?
I don't know. I've got
Finger looking good.
just regular fingers.
Fingers.
Oh god.
Just side note, poor is actually
Poor.
you should have patented it and said no one else can
There's
use
a
that.
few patents I got out there that I should have done.
Yeah,
Mine was like, "Boah, good guy." It was "boah," and now they've
Boah.
turned it to "four."
Poor.
But yeah, I
Poor.
originally started that, and then TJ started doing it because he thought it was funny.
Fully.
Because he's like,
Poorly.
I want to do it because I stopped doing it. And TJ just kept pulling the piss. He's like, we start your videos with "boah" again. I was like, fuck. And then Mac picked it up off TJ. And then Pulley picked it up off Mac. And now it's Pulley's thing.
Yeah. Poorly's
Well,
just
I
run
also
with it.
started rig rundowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, because I know where it came from and no one else does.
didn't.
And everyone just
Bro, we talked about
started.
this.
Yeah, started.
Bro.
Every time they talk about their car, they say, oh, rig rundown.
Yeah.
Just because I started doing those things ages ago. But I know
yeah,
it didn't come from anyone else because the place I got it from is nothing to do with cars. I actually got it from guitar rigs.
That's right.
So
that's
this
right,
people
yeah.
went around and followed bands around the world and they look at their guitar rig and they called it a rig rundown. I'm like, oh, I can make that into cars. And now everyone just calls it a rig rundown.
Oh, but
I
in
still
saying that,
think you're the only one doing it in a unique way where you're not just putting
Yeah.
it on a slab of concrete in Woolies
Yeah.
car park
Yeah, I
and going,
always wanted to
this
do the
is my
challenges.
car. Like,
both agreed.
yeah.
People still ask for it, but it was eating up the channel a bit because I tried to do it monthly, and now it's literally I selected if it's something cool, fucking film it.
Mm.
But it's really too many people coming to me with their Pajeros and Prados. I was like,
Just
fuck.
just
But
a
when
public.
when you
public-
first start, go on.
Just it was just sad to say while we're talking about rig rundowns, public service announcement. I am the fastest.
Still,
Oh, everyone else on that
even
ladder
me.
can
Really?
lick ma.
but
What are you
I
still
am-
the fastest in the 100
I'm
meters?
the-
never
I
went,
am,
though.
yeah, I am the fastest. So Sam's was the second. He had a supercharged patrol, and to build up supercharged patrol from him and beat him was quite good.
Because you have a slightly bigger motor.
Yeah, I had a slightly bigger motor, so I won that. And then we did it again with the FTE, and I still made it on the leaderboard for that. I think I made it
pretty good,
I think I come fourth in that. So I still smoked a lot of
I need to
people.
go back and look at that. There's some random numbers. I'm pretty sure Zach's fucking on there for like economy or something.
Yeah, I
as a
think Zach,
Ranger.
mate,
Yeah,
made it
cool.
on there.
Do you remember, like, off the top of your head, roughly who's leading it? Like, Flex and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so
Like,
Matt and Pooley both were up there for flex,
makes sense.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Economy is like whatever. I think
Now
that's just-
Flexy's got it. The XE.
Yeah, it would be. We didn't measure that, but it's a bin and a large Pepsi can.
Yeah.
Which surprised all of us.
Mm.
I was concerned about because a follower was like suggested the name Flexi. I'm like, that's pretty good, but now I got to make it fucking flex. And I was like, it was never meant to be a flex machine. It was meant to be a monster truck, cool looking thing. And I'm like, fuck. And then we went to flex it. I'm like, I've given it this name and it's probably not going to flex. But then it did pretty good. So we were like, sweet.
Dude, when we were picking it up with the forky, I got to like the height of a 44-gallon drum.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's going to stop now. And then I was like, oh, fuck.
was
It's
like,
still
keep
going.
going.
And then it just kept going. And then it just kept going. And I was like, oh, the body's not really bolted down. Like, the body's going to fall off if we go any higher. Sam's like, no, keep going. I was like, oh, fuck, okay.
Okay.
But it actually got so high. Like,
So
it works.
It's a big, when not many people, like, I've been around there, I got to experience the presence of it. When it's sitting there at, like, height, it's
It's
big.
hard to see on camera. A lot of people say, even when I built my GU, they're like, fuck, it's big in person. Like, sure, a lot of people listening can relate to that.
Mm.
The only people that have seen it now are the twins and TJ, and they've only seen the chassis with no body on it, and they're like, fuck, it's big in person. So,
Bro, that day
you
we were
have
putting the
to-
motor in.
yeah, it's a bit on.
But in saying that,
Sketchy moments.
in saying that as well, they've seen it, but they haven't seen it with the coilovers in. That's not
No,
ride height.
no.
Like that's
No
that's
body
fully
on,
bumped
no
out. That's
motor in.
fully bumped out on the
So I
triples.
definitely suggest come to Brizzy Show and see it. It's because everything's in proportion. Like,
Yeah.
it looks normal, but they're 40-inch tires.
Yeah.
And they look like normal tires.
They look like,
But we're
'cause-
planning to hopefully build a frame at the height, the max height, and we should be able to get the forklift at the show to get it up there. It won't be like a flex ramp, it'll just be a stand. And that should hopefully help get the front to tilt down a bit so you can sort of see the motor. Because you literally couldn't, like, the
it's tall.
grill's above your head.
Yeah.
So we're trying to, I wanted to originally make a platform to see in the engine bay, but if we get it tilted up enough, you should be able to kind of
just
see
like
the
a
side.
podium box or something for the back, or
I got some. There's so many sick ideas on that, and it doesn't come together until it's getting assembled. Like just little things on it, like that I wanted to have, and you'll see it come
well,
together.
I doubt if we're even allowed to start it, if we're going to be allowed to use a forklift to pull it up onto a stand. But
What do
hopefully,
you mean?
like we're
Like
not allowed
while
to,
it's flexed?
like
can't
hopefully we're allowed to use their forklift to lift the car.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because, you know, they don't even let you start the thing.
It will have bunting around it.
So fingers crossed, we're allowed to use it.
but you'd be able to move it and leave it there all weekend. You just
Yeah.
can't do it during the show.
Yeah, if anything, we're gonna have
Yeah, it's
flex
just
up.
gonna stay
You
on
just
the
have to have,
stand.
Yeah.
like an area that you can't actually go near it then. But no, I am keen to see it all flexed up with the body on, that's for sure.
I just hope it sounds good. My initial plan, and this is a fun fact, I wanted it to be twin pro charge purely for the fact so the exhaust just come out the motor and it's loud as fuck. Because with the turbo, they get muffled by the turbos. And I actually bought 2 pro chargers that were fucked and they needed rebuilding. I went to Vortec in the US and they couldn't give me a rebuild kit for them. So I've got 2 pro chargers sitting at home in bits that I can't use, and that's why I've gone turbo. So I just hope it's not going to be just like a pissy shit sound, but it should still be good.
Yeah.
I want to hype it up and then it's like piss weak. Otherwise, I'll just pull the springs out of the wastegates and it'll just be all the noise from the screamer pipes.
Perfect. Man,
All right, good chat.
I reckon we could probably call it there.
Yeah,
It's been,
we're all
what,
getting a bit like
2.5 hours.
Fuck, we're only halfway. How'd you and Bridget do it?
Man,
She's only one of them.
I don't know.
You just sat there
She
and had a
can
sleep.
fucking talk.
Oh yeah, I know. I get
Yeah.
that at like 6 in the morning. Like going off. He's loud all the time. All right.
There you go. All right, boys. Cheers for coming in.
All right.
It's like, what? Anyone got the time on them?
Yeah, it's like 10 o'clock.
Can we go get Dirty Bird?
Dirty
Berg.
Berg.
Dirty
Berg.
Burger?
What is it, like
The
10?
Dirty Bird?
Yeah, it's like 10.
10:15
Dirty
on a
Bird shuts
Wednesday
at
night.
10, mate.
Jesus.
Oh, we'll have to go to Macca's then.
Oh,
McFlurry.
McFlurry.
All right.
Can I do the
video.
outro?
Go for it.
What has small nuts and hangs upside down?
Before we hang up,
Yep. Sorry.
what do poor people have, rich people want, and if you drink it, you die?
Answer it in the comments.
The answer is nothing.
Oh, answer's nothing. Yeah, I get you.
Rich people want nothing. Poor people have nothing. If you drink nothing, you die.
Ooh,
Wow.
That's going to stump a lot of people.
All right. Well, outro is what has small nuts and hangs upside down.
A bat.
Yeah, bat. What has big nuts and hangs up?
Big Mac.